So, let's see, what episode are we up to? Must be like
Thank you, boy.
1 or something, 61 or 62, something like that.
You did?
No, 50,
Oh.
53.
No, I thought we were like 50.
And it is 53. The last one was 52, honorable kill.
What happened to his?
Hey? Do you remember last episode? Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes.
Filled with regret and shame.
Regret and shame. Is that going to be the title of this episode?
Yeah.
Could
Yeah.
be.
We'll see how we go.
Regret and
Reckon it'll work.
Unless we suddenly become, proud and something. I don't know. All right. So 53, regret and shame.
What happened? Where's James going?
He crashed.
Oh, no.
His laptop
good,
just
okay.
apparently completely turned itself off.
Oh no.
Oh, dear.
What's going on?
His last legs.
Sounds like James' computer is having issues.
Oh no.
Hey.
It's always
Well,
something.
meant to be getting new laptops soon, so maybe this won't be an issue anymore.
Well, that's exciting.
Yes.
That is exciting.
I got mine, my new work laptop, but I think James's one's meant to be a bit later.
You've got
No.
9 minutes to fix James's laptop because that's how long my my dumplings are going to take to cook.
Fair enough.
Is it
When
working?
you say new laptop, is it a hand me? Does someone else get the new one and then they still get like a handed down old one, or is it actually new?
No, it's new. It's like brand new. So this is my one. I'm just setting up right now. It's like an HP one, as opposed to the old Lenovo ThinkPads, which were a little bit garbage.
Just a bit.
Just a bit. They just freeze on Teams. If you try to have a camera running, it just like everything goes to essentially 10 frames per second.
Oh, that's
so-
pretty bad.
Oh, his charger wasn't plugged in.
That could do it.
That'll do it.
That would do it.
Yeah.
That would do it.
Okay, no, I think he's gonna get back in soon.
Be back in soon. All right. Well, while he's getting back in, can he hear us?
Can you hear us?
Oh, he'll be able to hear.
No,
you.
because he's not in. No, he wouldn't know.
No.
Oh, can you hear? Oh, hold on.
No.
Well, in the meantime, can we take a short rest?
In the meantime, you want to take a short rest?
I do, yes.
Okay. Yeah, that's.
Hang on, something just started exploding in my kitchen.
Oh.
Let's go and have a look.
Hank.
Oh, one of my gyozas has burst. All right.
Oh, I need to be making those today.
I'm back.
Hello.
It's just like cheap, shitty countdown ones. Hey.
It wasn't plugged in at the wall. It was plugged in everywhere else.
Shucks.
Shucks. I was just saying to Tim that if your computer is powerful enough, you can download OBS. What is it called? Streamlabs OBS, and you can make a fancy little border thingy with your name and stuff in there.
Streamlabs OBS.
Yep.
What's Streamlamps OBS?
It's
Streamlamps OBS.
Streamlabs.
basically it's for streaming. It's what I use for Pancake Chronicles, and now I'm using it for this as well. You can put it in a
Streamlabs
virtual
OBS.
camera, and so your camera goes to your computer, and then it goes through Streamlabs, and you do shit to it in Streamlabs, and then you export that to Zoom as a virtual camera. You select this virtual camera from.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hmm.
It's kind of fun in that respect, and yes, you can make pretty things. Pretty things. Okay, so you want to take a short rest. Well, let's just do a quick recap before we do a short rest. Who remembers what happened last session?
We fought some orcs.
We began our hike. North out of what was it called? Varus.
Raidana.
Raidana. Sorry. And then we lost a guy. He just fell. That was fun. Griffin showed up. That was beautiful, majestic. And then everything went downhill.
We fought a owlbear first.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, so
First it was a scout.
our
First I went and
which
murdered a
took the
scout.
out, and then an owlbear emerged from the bushes, and then the melee drew the attention of the other orcs, which we then dispatched of, and then caused a bit of a clash between Tricky Bob and Gimbal over Is
Common
torture
decency.
ethical? Do the ends justify the means?
Do the ends justify the means?
Yeah.
Indeed. Well, okay, so you have now stumbled upon this encampment where there are a number of... Well, you've killed all the orcs from the encampment. They all came charging down the hill at you on the edge of the cliff. I believe Momo fell at one point. Did he?
He
fall?
almost fell. He skidded and almost fell off the ledge.
Right, that's right. And then you had a wee conversation with the surviving orc whose arm you cut off during combat.
That was Josiah.
It
That
was.
cut the arm off.
Yeah. I mean, it was.
You cut the arm off.
It was in the heat of battle. It wasn't
Yeah.
like I didn't slit their Achilles tendons or
It was
anything.
that was in the heat of an argument. Okay,
Right.
he was very that orc was very rude, surprisingly.
Right.
Yeah.
Was quite rude, wasn't she?
Mm.
She really touched upon some sore. She knew how to get your goat.
She did.
Yeah.
And she
Yeah.
did get you good.
A very cunning orc.
I was
I'd
quite
say.
proud of my role playing on that session, actually. That
You can give yourself inspiration to kill us later.
pushing those buttons was quite enjoyable and amusing. Okay, so you're standing over the corpse of this orc at this point, whom you've finally slain, I believe. Is that right?
Yeah, Tricky Bob smashed her face in.
That's right. Tricky Bob did it out of...
Oh, tricky.
And then, as we
Merciful killing.
and as we stood
That's
in
right.
silence, a griffin descended,
and
took a
Oh,
corpse of another
yeah.
orc, and then took off as well.
Right.
And then we were awkwardly standing around.
Right. So
I
there's-
guess.
you can watch the griffin fly off in the distance across the chasm up to the peaks up there, disappear into the mist.
Once it flies off, I'm going to clear my throat uncomfortably and sheath my sword and start walking towards the encampment.
Right. I take it you shake the blood off your sword first.
Yes.
Yeah. You might give it a wipe on the orc's body or something like that.
No, on my own coat.
On your own coat. Okay. So
I don't. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm not going near the body again.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay. So. Very well. So you have found the camp, and is that what you initially came out here for in the first place?
Yeah,
Well,
we
we were going to back at there. We knew there was an ambush before the main camp. We knew there was an advanced ambush or like scout location. That's what we set out for first, and then we'd go further.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'll let you guys talk about that.
Are we at the camp? Are we at
Yeah.
this like where the scouts were based?
Yeah, you're at the scout camp, and you've found boulders sitting around by overhanging the path, the road below, which was kind of an ambush for anyone traveling there. Yeah, and there is a small fire pit that seems to have been covered up and rarely used, maybe once a day or something. And it's quite deep so that the fire cannot be seen from any distance. These orcs were quite cunning, it seems. And you can make a survival check.
Survival.
23.
Wow. 23, you say?
Hey, hey.
23.
Ooh.
Wee, 10.
Oh, you can see what's going on
Where?
Russell's screen.
Oh! How do I make him like the main screen pin? Oh.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, neat.
If you want to. That sounds like a terrible idea, though. 'Cause look at me up close. And I can do this too. Haha.
Oh,
Dun, da, da, da.
Well, I obviously need to resize that map to fit inside the thing. But
Is he muted? Russ.
no, he's
Look at here.
talking. He's
No,
talking.
I'm here. I'm here.
Oh,
Just
sorry.
deep in thought.
Right.
Thinking about what your 23 shows you, and
Everything. It shows me everything.
Everything. Fire everything.
footprints of all the orcs that were here are highlighted amongst, and everything fades to black around them, and you can track where they were walking, and you get like an idea of their heights and
you do that.
and their
Yeah.
gaits and their what they were carrying. Oh, this one was a little more depressed on its left side, which means
Was
it's
It was this one's birthday.
axe on, see a horrible pile of droppings, and this one is very sick.
Oh, brilliant.
Is there anyone along the road
Is there anyone
that
along
we're
the road?
that the overhangs at, or is it clear?
It seems to be clear right now.
I'll go to Josiah and Hangers, guys. Help me. Well, Tricky as well. Everyone, help me push these boulders off. We'll activate all the traps now, so they can't be used.
When they give away that there are people here, I mean, we want to
Yes.
maintain stealthy. What if we?
I thought, because this is advanced. No, I thought the camp's not for ages.
How far?
Yeah,
is
the main camp. Yeah.
The main camp, as far as you know, which is the holy site of the Goliath, right?
Yeah.
I did give you a name.
Like
for
based on the maps that we've got.
that. Which reminds me, I have some tabs to open. That is quite a long way from where you are. Days, perhaps.
Okay.
Yes.
So-
Yes.
There's a chance actually, because this is a scout camp, that they've actually sent, before all of the orcs came down attacking us, they sent someone else to go up to the main camp and warn them of our arrival, right? Because we didn't get the drop on them.
No, we didn't.
Can I send Hogsmoor up in the direction of the main camp, or the holy grounds, and see if she can pick up any tracks of anyone running away?
Sure, you can send Hogsmoor up to do that.
Do you want me to roll her a
Yeah, I mean, she can make a perception check? Yeah.
perception? Yeah.
Or an investigation check, whichever one you think is more appropriate for her.
Probably perception. Yeah. Let's go perception.
And you were rolling that on hard dice, aren't you?
Yeah.
Okay.
So she got 21.
21. Okay. She picks up very little. She picks up some footprints in the snow that go around the main camp that you've just found, the scout camp. We'll call it the scout camp. And from those footprints, you kind of can conclude that these orcs have been scouting around their camp, no more than perhaps a mile in any given direction. Any footprints coming to this camp have been long covered in snow, so they must have been here for a few days, if not longer. That's what you can gather from that. That survival check from you, though, Gimbal. You think that some of the snow in the camp, they've kind of made like a wall around their little camp out of snow, and they've dug a ditch on one side of it, not the side that leads down to the road. And on the inside of that ditch and the wall, there is an area where it looks like freshly dug snow. Like it's been turned over.
Okay. I'll whistle for Momo to start digging there.
Okay. Momo, what form is Momo in at the moment?
Badger.
He's a badger. Okay, so Momo the badger goes scuffling over to the freshly broken snow and starts scattering it at first, clearing it off, and digging down into it. And after about, well, what are you guys doing while he's doing that? Because it's going to take a little while.
Pushing the
search camp.
boulders.
Search the camp for loot.
Search the camp.
Searching.
Are we close to the original orc corpses?
You're about 100 meters away from those corpses, like about 300 feet.
Okay, I'll probably be doing a burial on them or something like that.
Okay, would you like to make a religion check, please?
Sure. Ooh, 5.
A big.
It was extremely culturally insensitive.
Culturally insensitive, but nonetheless, it is now done. You have performed a funeral rite,
Yay.
albeit a dwarven one. Do you use the name Grumpsh at all?
Yeah, sure. Because I mean, she's aware of it.
Right, exactly.
She's not doing it out of spite. She's trying to actually help them.
Right, trying to help them find the afterlife of orcs.
Yes.
Okay.
Grumsh the Graceful, he calls her.
Right. Yeah, very graceful as Grumsh. All right. So during that process, you are reminded of all the things you've heard about Grumsh too, which include, smashing the moon and the sun and causing the Parkard rift. So there's that stuff. So it might be that I don't know, you may or may not feel conflicted about it at any point and may be confused, or I don't know. It's up to you. Oh, I forgot to turn my background light.
Do most I guess, elven races consider him to be as much of a villain as the elves would? Like, is he generally regarded as
Yeah.
an asshole?
Well, all the humanoid, so-called beautiful races, that is including dwarves and halflings and humans and gnomes and elves, do consider Grumsh to be the main antagonist in the way that he's the shaitan of the world to them.
Yeah.
On the other hand, I don't know. You could make a religion check if you like to. See what...
All right, let me see what I think. I remember what the R starts with. That is a 23.
23.
Why do I have a +5 to religion?
Because you're a disciple.
That is great. Well, okay, so 23. You have met one or
Do
two
you have a
orcs.
+5? I have a +2.
You guys playing the right characters here?
Maybe not.
I like
swap?
to think of it that Josiah, while not
He's a holy rogue.
he's
Holy rogue.
he's metropolitan, so he's experienced a lot of walks of life,
Right.
and he keeps an open mind.
Right. Well, you've bumped into a couple of orcs in your time, and mostly they either worked for the Morg Van Chu mercenary company in Vaingate, hanging out at the Four Shields Tavern, which you tried to get into once or twice. This is the place that Hank went into and got ran away because they were being
Lucky.
Yeah. But the orcs that you've met, they think of Grumsh as the one that brought them to the world. He gave them the world, and the whole thing with the Parkard Rift was a gift to them. So they've got a very different perspective on the Parkard Rift and Grumsh and so forth. The ones in Vaingate are a little bit more open-minded too, though. They understand that they're not in the majority here. So they don't talk about it too much. But at the Four Shields Tavern, they're a little bit more open. And they sing songs about it and things. Do you speak Orc?
No, I don't.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess that's where it ends.
Yep. I'm actually just looking at some of the checks that I guess I don't use very often. But I've got some
You've got
fucking
plus to everything.
Yeah.
Everything. There's nothing there that's below like +3. What
the hell?
I have so many
Below
negatives and shit.
+3.
Did you guys make your characters using the same system? Like, are you all point by?
We did point by,
Yeah,
right?
well,
Yeah, I did point by.
Okay, just checking.
Standard array, yeah.
Oh, you did
And
standard
that's what his stats aren't that crazy. I mean, it's
Standard array is not point by, right?
No,
what did I?
Gimbal,
Which
did you use standard array? Because if you did, then you should go into your character
what's
sheet
the difference?
quite a lot.
Hang on,
Yeah.
well, hang on. Let me check. Maybe I did. Maybe I did. Maybe I didn't. I don't know.
How do you check?
I did the normal one.
So let me have a look at your characters.
I think the normal one is actually standard array.
What's it under?
I hope
Where do you see
I
it?
think it's
Okay,
managed
so start
character
with-
and levels.
Start with your go to builder thing.
Uh-huh.
And let's look at you. You are using. So
We are level 6, right?
No,
Yes.
are we?
Yeah, Gimbal, you're
Yes.
using standard array. You should be on point by.
Oh, okay. Where's that?
It does explain your charisma.
Oh yeah, we are.
My charisma's terrible.
Yes. So I mean, I guess what I would
Where
do
is
if I
that?
was you is I would look at pumping up any stats like strength or something, maybe.
do we?
Yeah, so which one? I think I was on standard array as well.
Oh,
What
yeah?
was I?
Nerf, Josiah. Nerf, Josiah.
No, yes.
I'm
I
not-
can't find point by.
Okay, so do you see the drop-down menu at the very top of ability scores? It's
Yeah.
where it says standard array. There's a little drop. It's the very first thing on that page.
Hang on. Oh yes, there we go. Okay.
Right, and you drop
So
it down
point
to
by.
Point by, yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's interesting.
Where
Okay.
is this?
So if I
So it's
go,
under. So you go to your character builder. You
Yep.
go to abilities.
Yeah.
Oh, abilities, right?
Yep.
And then generation method.
Yep.
And then I'm on point by.
I'm on point
Mm.
by as well.
Yeah.
That's
all
pretty
right.
Just
No,
me.
it's all
No.
justified.
So it's Hank and Gimbal, is that right? Hank, are you on point by?
I'm always on point by.
I am working on it now.
Okay. Well, hopefully that's gonna drop you a couple more stats.
I mean,
Oh,
I've
God,
got a plus
yeah.
10 to stealth. Like,
Bear in mind also.
I'm okay with my.
On Okay, Gimbal, I'm gonna turn your homebrew content off.
Uh-huh.
You've got optional class.
Was there anything in
features
there that I
on,
needed?
Which is good. Multi-class requirements is on. Use encumbrance. I'll turn to no encumbrance. Ability score modifier, character privacy. Where is the other thing that I want here?
Was my strength shit? I think my strength was shit.
Oh wait, here we go. Okay, so under race. No, that's fine.
Okay, there we go. That'll do.
That's fine. Yep. Is it better?
Yes. I mean, well, no, it's not better than it was, but it's fine. It looks
You're
pretty similar, actually.
pretty similar.
Hmm.
Cool.
Remember,
And
half
you've got
elves are
your-
the most broken races.
Oh wait, no, I think I have less
He's an
strength
elf.
now.
You've got less strength.
Yeah, but I have no negatives.
No negatives. Well, you got a charisma 8. That's still a negative.
Oh, I've got 10 now.
But
Actually, no, I'm going to change that back to my 8 because I am not charismatic.
No,
you might as well.
No.
use those
he's
stats.
got a charm, but it's like
It's not- it's not-
an anti charm.
It's something you have to grow into. It's
Yeah.
not like everybody fucking hates him.
Right. First impressions are usually
Yeah.
not amazing. Yes, you can't have a 10 strength. That's not.
I can't remember if I was intelligent or not. Was I a 10?
I thought you
I
had
think you
more.
were intelligent but not wise.
Yeah, I think no. Yes.
You dropped
No,
the
my
wisdom down to like 10 or 9
Yeah,
or something.
no, my wisdom was 12. I had
Was it?
a plus. I at least had a +1 to that,
Okay. Well, we shouldn't get too.
but I couldn't get the. Oh, okay, I can't get that as high as it was.
Why can I not?
I've only got 1 point remaining. What do I do with it?
I'm
Let's
stat.
check that to wisdom. There we go.
Just, I mean, remember, even though you don't get a modifier, if you do go up a level,
Yeah, I'll do the thing with the. Yeah. Okay, I'm ready. I'm good.
you're good.
Yeah, no, when my next modifier's going.
The other thing is on your abilities page with the ability score increase. Oh my god, that's shocking.
Hmm. Ability score increase. What is that?
It's underneath your top group of stats, and it's saying your wisdom score increases by 1. Now, every other race since Tasha has given a 2. Okay, wait a minute. What we're gonna do?
Well, for the racial bonus.
Yeah.
Ah.
All right. Let's change your race again, and then change it back.
Okay.
Because I think that it will-
We're all looking at Gimbal and Gimbal like turning into an orc for a split second.
I'll change myself to a birdman.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then change it straight back.
Like,
and
hey, Gimbal got wild shape.
hopefully, it's going to give you the
Go
option.
and then back to Wood Elf. All the way down the bottom. Wait, where's Wood Elf gone? Oh, is it not alphabetical? It is not alphabetical. Oh, that's annoying.
No, it'll
Oh, no, it
be
is.
It's under elf. So
Oh, thank you.
elf, and it opens that up, and then under elf should be wood elf.
Elf. There we go. There we go.
Right, and now once you've selected that, move back to your abilities, and with any luck, it will give you the
+1.
only plus, still only +1. That
But it gives me +2 to Dex,
aha.
so I'm more dexterous.
Right. Okay, so that's what we want. You should be getting. You should be getting a +2 to either 1 stat or +1 to 2 stats.
2 to 1 stat +1 to 2 stats.
Plus 1 or the other. You don't get both, but you should be getting +2 overall between all of your stats.
So it says
Where is
I
it?
didn't change it.
On
That's
the
just what it
race,
says.
this is fucking. All right. Look, during the week we'll fuck with it. Okay.
We'll fiddle with it. Okay, deal.
Um.
Oh, I fixed. Okay, those stats look more like what I'm used to. Still a little less, but good.
All right. I mean, the other way we could do it is we could, if you just write down your stats right now, we could change it to manual/rolled, and just enter stats, and you know, then you could knock up your strength by a point.
Eh.
Yeah. All right.
I
You
think
good?
it's fine. This is good.
Gimbal is who Gimbal is.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's keep
Yeah,
gimbling then.
we play the hand without, I reckon.
All right. So, you're searching the camp. Everyone that's searching can make an investigation check.
Investigation.
Oh, I'm not searching, am I?
I was just watching Momo and then talking about pushing these rocks over the edge.
12.
Can I do that? Does anyone object to me pushing the rocks over the edge?
No.
What's there?
I don't give a shit.
Oh, good. Well, I'm doing that.
Okay. So you find that they're pretty heavy, and they might require 2 people to push them.
Okay. All right.
Um,
Well, I'll wait till they're all done doing their things.
all right.
Hank got a 23 to investigation.
Hank got a 23 to investigation. Well, Hank, you are you dig around the camp. You look around the camp. You find a few bits and pieces. These flat tents, these low flat tents that they've made out of some sort of fur skin, possibly mammoth skin, and inside them you find a number of ears hanging from the interior of this thing. You find some jewelry, you find some effigies to some sort of pantheon of gods, a small shrine set up around the fire pit in the center of the in fact the camp is built around the fire pit, and the tent is over the top of it with a small hole in the top with a flap that can be opened and closed to send smoke signals. You find a few bags of rations, orc rations, so they're unidentifiable mystery meat.
Probably rat or human.
Right. You find some bones and teeth that seem to have been collected. You find a small box with a number of spare bowstrings in it for orcish bows, and you've found some orc bows on some of the others. There is a heavy crossbow with 25 crossbow bolts.
I'll pick up the bolts and give them to Josiah.
All right.
I'll be like, there you go.
They look like they're probably about the right size for you. What size crossbow do you have, Josiah?
I have a hand crossbow, so I might actually just I might pick up that heavy crossbow.
All right, it's an Orcan heavy crossbow, and it's wrapped in fur, and it's got orc symbols on it, and the fur seems to have been dipped in blood at some point and painted up somewhat. It's quite fancy, but it's very orc and very obviously Orcan.
Is it stinky?
Is it stinky? You're not particularly stinky. Not in and of itself. It's pretty clean. It seems to be, well maintained. You find a couple of orcish weapons by the way of axes and things with symbols etched into them. And that's the most of it. What you don't find is any real treasure. However, Momo's digging, and Momo digs up a box.
Attaboy, Momo. Good. All right. I'll push him to the side, and Josiah, open this box for me. It could be trapped.
What's this box look like? What's the guts with it?
Well, it's about a foot long on one side. It's about half a foot in every other dimension. It has hinges on it. They're very simply made ones. In fact, if you make a investigation check,
Certainly.
I'll tell you a bit more about it.
Hank's going to cast
19.
19. Yeah, Hank, you're going to cast.
I'm gonna cast detect magic as a ritual. So I'm gonna spend 10 minutes and just sit down and cast detect magic.
All right.
Can I do a short rest while he does that?
Yes.
Yes.
You guys were going to take a short rest anyway, so I'm assuming you take a short rest. The box has been modified from what you think was once a dwarven chest. And it's been transformed. It's been, first of all, the outside has been covered with some kind of fur. Under the fur, the actual wood has had bone and things resined or glued or somehow put onto it, attached to it, with some sort of sticky something. Somebody's guts has been turned into this glue. And the bone has been carved into little effigies of skulls and monstrous Orcan stuff. It looks like the Orcan underworld on there. And there's a dwarven lock.
Dwarven lock.
Yeah.
Well, what do I know about dwarven locks? Tricky Bob. What is there anything like I should know before I try and pick this? You know, in your background as a dwarf.
I thought you thought I was a halfling, but all right. Can I make any sort of check on the box to I don't know, does it have any cultural, religious significance?
You can make an investigation check with advantage.
15.
15. Okay. You would say, based on the shape that it's in and so on, and there's no dwarven religious aspects to it, but it is a dwarven built box. And in fact, you would go so far as to say it may even be made by the Dwagar, because it lacks dwarven adornments in any sense at all.
Right, so just dwarven tech, but no like dwarven symbolism.
Yeah, and it's very functional from that point of view. But the orcs seem to have retrofitted it with their own adornments, and so it's been either built with the Dwagar or stolen from the Dwagar and then retrofitted. You're not sure which.
Okay. Do I know how to use that kind of lock?
You know that it needs a key. You will also be aware that the Dwagar
That's what I say. Well, you need a key for this one.
The Dwagar have a penchant for traps.
I'm gonna look over at Hank, and I assume he's like on his knees, I don't know, doing some kind of thing with his hands to cast this ritual. Yeah. And I'm gonna wait it out to see what if he finds anything.
All right, so Hank, you draw a circle in the snow and you place the symbols of Mystra and the goddess of magic and various other symbols into your circle, and you perform this lesser rite and bring down Mystra's power to your perception, and immediately the box lights up.
Ooh. All right.
Hank, what does this mean? Does this mean it's trapped, or does it just mean there's magic in there?
There's magic in there, buddy. What kind of magic is it? Do you know? I don't want to make you search for it.
Out of game. I will have to make a list of the different magic schools and figure that out. But I don't
okay.
know.
All right. Put it this way. Would I? Sorry, Josiah.
Yeah.
If it was the trap that was magical, it'd be something like evocation or alteration or something, right? So I'd be able to tell if it was the trap that's magical or if there's like some sort of a harming magic.
Right. You don't think so. And I would also say that the trap itself, if it was a magical trap, it would be based at the lock probably, or there would be some part of the box that would light up. Whereas in this, the glow
the
is
whole thing.
coming from within the box and it's seeping out through the cracks.
All right, that's enough
Okay.
for me. I'm gonna take out my trusty lockpick and I'm gonna wedge it in there and try and find the tumblers.
Okay, so you're going to make a sleight of hand check with
Yep.
the mods that you have for lockpicking.
That's a natural 20 for 26.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, you open it.
Excellent.
While you start pushing buttons on the front of it, you start like trying to get your picks in there, and as you're doing it, you're investigating more, and you realize that the lock that you're playing with is in fact the trap, and underneath that there are a couple of effigies of faces and skulls, and inside the eye sockets of these skulls is the actual proper lock.
The old switcheroo.
Right?
This is
And so thusly you spring the lock without springing the trap, and the box opens. It just pops open, and when you open it, there is a small metal canister just inside. Sort of
Is
into
this
the,
what was glowing, Hank?
the canister
what we've got?
itself is not glowing. It seems to be some kind of mechanical device. It's probably the most advanced mechanical device you've seen ever. And you suspect that when you open the trap, if you trigger the trap, it sprays something out of it.
Can I handle this without it triggering? Is it safe to handle?
I think with your natural 20, you've completely subverted it. Do you want to try and remove it from the actual unit that it's part of?
No, I think it's best we leave this undisturbed. Like, part of me thinks, oh, let's carry this around and hoof it at someone in the heat of battle. But part of me also thinks that could backfire very, very easily for me. So
Do we just put it back in the hole?
No, put it in the bag of holding.
You haven't looked at it actually at what's inside the box yet.
So yeah, I mean, this cylinder, this mechanism, it's
about
connected.
this big. It's tiny.
Yeah.
It's a little tube.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's built into the wall of the box. Inside the box is what's glowing, and there are a number of what clearly appear to be health potions. So magic health potions seems to be the main gist of that. There is also a single stone that anyone who's looking can make an Arcana check to examine.
I am pocketing one of the potions of healing.
Okay. How many orcs did I make you fight last week?
6, I think.
6,
Yeah.
yeah.
And an owlbear.
All right. So there's 12 standard healing potions.
2 each.
2, yep.
2 each. 2 each.
2 each.
Two
Wait, what?
leaves
There's 4 of us. Should be 3 of us.
Oh, right, 3 each. Sorry.
The other, no, well, the other, well, what about, what's her face?
Tricky.
Yes. No, the
Goliath.
Goliath.
Oh, right.
'Cause you have-
She doesn't need one. She's
Or-
Goliath.
Or we just put 3 back in the bag of holding as backups.
Yeah,
4, wait, 4. 4 of them.
that's fine. I'm cool with
Maths. Gimble's not that smart.
that. What was the other thing that was in there? Sorry.
and there is a ring.
Ring.
But
there was something else in there.
Sorry, and there's a
stone.
There's a stone with some carving on it that you can make an Arcana check to examine.
I'm going to make
It's
an Arcana check.
it's magic. It's clearly magic, and so is the
So
ring.
The ring, both magic. Okay, sweet. Let's do an Arcana check, guys.
Go for it.
7 plus 5, 13. No, bad math. 12.
Okay,
Ooh. Okay, can I do one too? With my plus 0?
you can make a yep.
Wait, hang on. It broke up. You there?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Yes, you can.
Yeah. 8.
8. Okay. Well,
Magic.
yeah, it's magic. What did you get with 12? Was it Hank? You think it might be some kind of similar thing to a maybe like a sending stone,
Mm-hmm.
but it's one of a pair.
Yeah.
Should we I reckon this might be a sending stone. Do you reckon? But there's only the one here, so
Let's not use it.
no, let's use it.
If
Well,
we
we'd
use it,
We'd have to attune to it first, right?
It wouldn't be an orc, surely. I
No,
mean, they would have to get into this awesome trap, right?
if we're gonna
Also,
use it, we should use it when we're already at the watching the camp, and then they can freak out because they'll think we're, we've just reached that other camp.
None of us speak orc, right?
I speak Orc.
I speak orc.
Oh well, let's get Tricky to talk to them. Just be like, just in case, just in case they are on the other end, and we can be like, hey, all's well here, or something.
Well, we
That
wouldn't.
does sound like what an orc would say.
Well, I mean, if we're going to use it, why wouldn't we use it to get some of their forces to leave the camp and draw them away?
Even better.
Yeah, rather than hey,
Yeah.
everything's fine, don't do anything different.
How about we scheme about this while we walk? And
Yeah.
what's the ring?
The
Yeah.
ring is magic, and
Hmm.
you have not identified it.
Right.
I can do that actually.
Whose fingers does it fit?
Well,
Yeah, I mean, there's a broad range of races here, so that's
Mhm.
actually not
Well,
a bad question.
If we were to go with magical items, I don't think Tricky's got anything magic for a little while.
I
That's
can
true.
Yeah.
I can cast Identify also as a ritual spell, but it would cut across my Detect Magic, which I'm happy to do.
While you do that,
I'm
just
gonna say
come help me push
the
rocks
ring-
off walls.
The ring you find, by the way, is on a severed finger wrapped up in some bloody cloth.
I'm even more intrigued.
Yeah, I
That
don't want to really
looks-
put that on me.
That looks cursy.
The finger
Yeah.
looks human.
Ooh, human finger. All right. Well, I'd like to identify it as a ritual spell.
Okay.
So, sorry guys, taking a little bit more time here.
All right, that's fine. While you're doing that, me and Josiah and Tricky, you can come help too. We're pushing rocks off walls
Why?
because it's going to be fun and it's a group activity. Tricky.
Disabling this trap, but before
Exactly.
we do this, I wanted to talk to you too.
Mhm.
And I just wanted to discuss the prior events of this morning. I think things got a little heated.
I'm happy to leave that where it was, and Tricky does the negotiating further moving forward.
Well, I just think maybe a group consensus on torture would probably be something good that we should come
Okay.
to.
Well, so no torture.
Yeah, I think we're all against
Um,
torture.
You
Are you
know,
pro torture?
I'm
Well,
not pro torture.
it
I'm not
depends.
pro torture. I'm just, certain circumstances may require expediency, and
what about
I think
threats?
sometimes a little pain can be a good motivator.
Like, what about threatening them with torture, but not doing it? Like kind of like
Threatening, I'm fine. Yeah.
good guard, bad
Look,
guard.
see, think of the situation, right? If we've got like a captive who is a jerk, and we know they are a jerk, and they have information that we need, and their information could save lives, I would be okay with giving them a bit of the old biffo to loosen up the tongue.
In my
Could be construed as torture.
in my experience as for life as both a torturer and a torturee, I think that generally under the the lash, most people will say whatever they think the torturer wants to hear, and I don't believe it to be an effective tool for extracting information.
How about punching?
I'm fine with blunt force, I guess.
Mhm.
Just nothing debilitating.
Okay,
No-
fine. Nothing cringy.
So let's agree on mild.
Nothing
torture.
cringeworthy.
Hank, you're
Yeah.
casting spells at the moment. You can't have a conversation.
He's
Okay, yeah, no, that's true. I'm not really a part of this
Every
conversation.
time he talks, he
We
breaks
can-
concentration.
I'm happy to rearrange the time montage so that you can have the conversation, but you'll have to do the ritual after.
I'll say I'm doing the ritual now, and I hold my tongue, and then at the end of it, I just burst it out. I believe this is about torture, and the bit of biffo was fine, and that's just
Right.
I will not.
Ring- you
I will not
cast-
torture until we have consensus at that specific time.
Hank, the ring that you discover is, according to your identification ritual, a ring of warmth. So while you are wearing it, which you have to attune to, you would have resistance to cold damage, and you would also everything you wear and carry would be unharmed by temperatures as low as 50 degrees Fahrenheit, according to the
Fuck is
spec.
that?
Fahrenheit? That's
Yeah,
not
I don't.
fucking Fahrenheit.
Bloody
Fucking
bloody
Fahrenheit.
American. Hang on.
God damn it! What is this? Is this like 0 degrees? What is it?
Degree. It'd have to be negative. It'd have to be negative degrees Fahrenheit.
It's 10. It's 10 degrees.
10 degrees Celsius. That's nothing.
No,
It
it's
should be
like
colder
fucking
than
10
that.
degrees
no,
right now.
it's negative 45 degrees Celsius.
Fahrenheit into Celsius.
50 degrees Fahrenheit is 10 degrees Celsius.
Oh,
it
maybe
says.
I
it
said-
might be, this might be minus 50 degrees actually.
Yeah, they said
Ah,
yeah, you said minus 50.
Okay.
Okay,
It's
I
Oh,
was
okay.
about to say.
question mark.
Negative 45. That's fucking cold
That's
shit.
great. Okay, no,
Yeah.
that's fantastic.
So who has the worst cold resistance
And
then?
the stone is ascending stone for sure.
Yeah.
And
Alright.
potions are definitely healing.
Mm.
Yeah, potions.
I think
Maybe
I'm
Gimbal?
okay.
Yeah.
Well, listen, I've got
other thing,
this
Hank-
nifty
Oh,
stuff, so
sorry,
I'm
The other thing I want to tell you, Hank, is that the finger itself came from a Barkyle wizard.
Oh, yes. All right. Is that because I can see like magic glowing in the blood or something?
No, it's because there's tattoos on the finger.
All right. Okay. That would
Maybe
have been cooler.
tattoos.
All right.
like Ariana Grande.
Yeah.
The other thing,
the
the other
Barakal musical troupe.
here's another thing. Is anyone carrying Skagen blood secretly or otherwise right now?
Josiah has it.
I have
Josiah
it.
is, yeah.
Yeah.
Took it from the chief.
Josiah's Skagen blood lights up in his pocket.
Oh no, my secret pocket.
No,
Guys,
you'll
it's a
know.
sign. I think it's a sign.
Anything magical in within the
Oh, right.
going to light up.
Hmm.
And
Hank, can you dispel magic?
Hank,
Yeah,
the thing about the magic coming from the Skagen blood is it is necromantic.
Necromantic Skagen blood.
All right, because he cast detect magic. Yes, okay.
Necromantic. This is going back in the past though, because I'm currently I've just done identify magic, which will take my concentration.
Right.
It's necromantic. I'm just going to see for Gimbal's sake to see if I can cast dispel magic. I don't think I picked it.
Oh, there's a look.
Spellbook. Intensifying. Please hold. No.
Okay. Oh, good.
Let's hold the line. All right.
No.
So I have this nifty pole that shoots wind, so I'm happy for us to not take this one.
Oh, I thought we were going to use try using the wind stuff on the rocks. Is this strong enough?
Yeah.
I mean, I can give it a go.
Yes.
Oh,
Up close,
can't-
point blank.
point blank. Yeah. All right.
What are you? What?
Gimbal's asked for me to try using the staff of wind on the rock.
I see.
Rocks.
Rocks.
The rocks.
Didn't work? Worth a
No.
shot.
Nah.
Okay, well, I'll help push.
All right.
Or we can use it as a lever. The staff.
You could do that.
Jam it in there.
You could do that.
Yeah, all right.
Break up.
Between you can definitely tip the rocks down. It just takes two people to do it. That's
Yeah.
all.
Okay, cool. Well, yeah, we'll do
Yeah,
that.
we'll disarm these traps.
Okay, and the rocks go tumbling down the face of the side of the hill and crash onto the road fairly expertly. You notice they were well placed to do this, and yes, it would have been quite devastating to anyone standing there, or any wagons or oxen or otherwise would have been utterly smashed by them.
Orcs normally. Would I know if orcs are normally this cunning?
They're pretty cunning.
Okay.
Only things more cunning than orcs in this kind of general sort of this sort of type of species would be hobgoblins,
Mm.
who are smaller but kind of more dangerous in some ways. But yeah, I mean, orcs. You've come across orcs in Vaingate and other places, and they're pretty cunning. They're as smart as anybody. They're just socialized and were very barbaric culture.
What else are we doing? All right, so the rocks are down. That's all good. We've got the box. Are we taking the trap box or are we leaving the trap here?
I
I
reckon we
don't
take the
want
trap box, chuck it in the bag holding.
to. How big was the trap box?
We don't actually have a key for it.
About a
Yeah.
foot long and so forth.
We don't actually have a key for it, so it's not really useful.
Yeah. I mean, this is some pretty elaborate. Oh, why don't we just leave?
Leave it.
I don't want to mess with the trap. I think this is just setting ourselves up for a future failure.
Done.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
don't know,
Yep.
we could put a dummy in there and lock it up again, and then like
You
Put it
still have
somewhere and
Jara
trick
with
someone?
you. Jara Raidan is still with you,
Hmm.
right? And she's just sitting back and watching you guys go through this camp.
ransack this camp.
Hmm.
Yep. Hey, any takers on the ring? Anyone want it?
Uh,
I
Sure.
got too much stuff.
If no one wants it.
It does
mean,
give
I-
you resistance to cold damage.
Mm.
I don't mind taking it if. Wait, we need to attune to it, right?
Yep.
Mhm.
Yes, it is.
I'm attuned to one, thanks so far.
You can
so
be
it's got attunement
3.
slots.
Yeah,
3?
you can have 3. Yeah,
I thought it was 2. Okay.
Nope.
Well, I've got 2 slots, so
sweet. Oh, what? Really?
yeah, I
Done.
only
You
have
only got 2 slots.
yeah, I only have the sending stone.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I thought you said. Yeah, I thought you 2 slots in total.
Oh no,
No.
no, I've got 2
No.
available.
All right.
Yeah, Tricky's got it.
Yep. Trickies.
Hey, I was also just looking through my my sheet, and I see that there's an amulet of anti-scry. When the hell did we get that?
Don't know.
Huh?
Oh, I remember that. No.
I
We
very
got an
vaguely
amulet
remember that.
We got an amulet that would kind of stop people from spying on us.
Hmm.
Yes, I remember that.
It would have been after the eye situation.
Not much after the eye situation. Anyway,
Are you wearing it?
no, I'm not wearing it.
Wear it. Put it on.
Send
right.
it on, man.
I'm just trying to remember where we got it from.
We got it. Maybe it was from the Daughters of Twilight or something. I'm pretty sure it was after. It was after it was actually useful to us from because of the eye. I'm pretty sure. But we'd
Alright,
already
well,
dealt with.
I'll plop the anti-scry on.
Good.
And
No, we don't get well. Yeah. Does that work for like a all of us or just you?
Just him, I suspect.
Okay. All right.
I am the most interesting person. In
Oh, yeah,
this
that's
group,
fine.
So if
Exactly.
anyone was going to be watching, they'd be
Yeah.
watching. Yeah, I wonder what old Josiah's up to.
Good. Now they just see the crackle from an old TV screen.
Okay. And then we're taking a short rest, and then we're gonna hit the road.
Think we're good.
All right.
And then the where we're going, we're not gonna stick to the road though. We're gonna continue through the backcountry.
Well,
I reckon stick to the back
yeah,
country.
stick to the backcountry. It was
Okay.
working well for us before,
And
except for the owlbear.
Gimbal, you are of the
Arctic survival.
Arctic survival. Okay, cool. So you don't have any difficult terrain issues, and you were able to find food and such.
Can't be lost unless magic gets in my way.
All right. So you continue on for approximately a day without any major anything. You see some wild animals, but nothing else particularly during the course of that day. However, towards the end of the day, as you're preparing to set camp for a long rest, I suppose, or it doesn't have to be technically a long rest because you don't need one, or do you? I don't know. Do you want to take a long rest?
Just a
Um,
short
I
rest.
don't need one.
Nah.
I mean, well, we're gonna keep going through the night.
I mean, it's
Could.
It's a you get to the top of this fairly high hill, and it seems to be the obvious place to make camp because it's the tallest sort of location in any place that you can get to within a day's travel. And you can see the mountains in the distance growing taller and taller, and you can see some pretty enormous peaks in there. And there's the canyon. The canyon is far on your left now, and it's curved off almost out of sight now. You can barely see the edges of that. And far in the distance to the north, you can make perception checks.
hey.
Play.
Yes.
In the
yes, you can.
distance.
You can make perception checks.
Ooh, unnatural 20 for Hank.
A 1,
Ooh.
but a 4.
17.
Okay. So Tricky Bob was a 7.
Yep.
Gimbal is 17. Gimbal, you see in the distance what looks to be a couple of mammoths moving along the top with riders on them.
Oh, damn it. Okay, mammoths.
A small caravan of mammoths. You think they might be Goliath.
Where are we? Sorry, cut off. Are we like, if we look at the map of Vanderhold, are we near that large kind of lake area south of Dunbane, or up there? Okay.
That's me.
Okay.
I'm
Oh, you're
questioning
doing
where
that.
Yeah.
All right. Or are we up near the mountains now? So we're like up further. Yeah, right.
No. You guys just left Raidan, so you're kind of here.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Still got a ways
All
to go.
All right. Well, yeah. I wonder who that is. But that, I guess it could be
Jara
Raidan.
tells you that they're probably members of one of the other tribes traveling through here and trying to find another way to the maybe trading with Dunbane or one of the other trading places on the sea.
I see.
Yeah, okay. Well, they're not going to give us any trouble then.
Yeah, they just seem to go straight past, and in the distance they don't really notice you unless you light a big campfire and start sending smoke signals.
Nah, let's remain quiet.
Inconspicuous. I think we should take a long rest. That'll give Tricky Bob a chance to get to know her ring and attune to it, and then
That is
and
true.
then
All right.
It does need to do that.
and at least
Alright.
it's in case tomorrow there's a blizzard and none of us survive.
All right, let's do a long rest then. Let's set camp.
Shall
Trade
anyone
campsite
watch?
storage.
Yeah, I will.
All right, so you're going to set camp. Very good. Okay.
Incidentally, Russell,
Yeah.
through all of our rummaging in the camp, can I count how many beds there are?
They don't have beds.
Do they have, like, are there any areas where people would sleep, and they're obviously sleeping areas?
The tent, pretty much, where they've just packed the snow down somewhat, and there are some rudimentary, rugs, basically rugs made out of fur coats. They just use their coats, their cloaks rather, to sleep on, so they don't. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Any further questions?
I don't think so.
No. Let's ask our Goliath tour
Jara.
guide. Yeah, Jara.
Yeah.
What can we expect? So we're heading around the west side of the lake, and are we going up the mountains along the ridge, or are we running along the base of them?
She says, I expect that we will go around the edge of the lake unless it is frozen over. It is often frozen this time of year.
Yep.
We can take some sort of shortcut, but we must be careful on the lake.
And then once we approach the mountains to Doden-Ba-Parg,
There is a road
Doden.
that travels up to the location. What did I call it?
Doden-Ba-Parg. Yeah.
Why?
Baban.
Where is
Baba.
Bar-Barg. There's another letter there, but I can't see it.
There we go. Doden-Ba-Parg.
Babag.
Hang on. I obviously have the wrong play sheet out here. I thought that stuff looked like it was from 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Try again. Isn't that the same one? Yes, it is. What the hell? Sorry, guys.
Sorry.
I'm good.
Oh yeah, I do have it here, of course. Doden-Ba-Parg, yes. And in Giant Tongue, it's the longer version is Eisen Jotunheim Maat Stom Third, which is the Frost Giant Journey. It's like that's the name of their. It's like going on a Hajj.
Mm.
You know, you have to go like a holy journey. You have to do it once in your lifetime, at least once. Yeah, okay. So she says there is a great road that travels there. The road has been broken many times, but there are sections of it that still exist and travel up between the mountains. We believe this road has been cut off by these Ice-Orcs.
So we should follow the road to at least clear the road as we go.
Perhaps that is a good idea. Clear the road.
Is there a way we could travel parallel to the road, but not upon it, and just avoiding any more of these sneak attacks? I'm sure there's more than one ambush here, right?
If there is an ambush here, then there will no doubt be more.
Damn it.
Perhaps staying above the road.
Sounds good. Let's do that.
All right.
If that will be where their ambushes come from, in the way that they have come upon the road here. Back at the last site, their campment was above the road, so that they could strike down at any travelers.
Sounds like a good plan.
Good. Keep the high ground.
Keep the high ground. Travel sneakily. Not arouse any suspicion. Single file.
Love to give you inspiration for that plan, but I came up with it.
Yeah.
All right.
Jara can have inspiration.
Yeah.
I can have inspiration. Yeah.
What else? Oh, does that mean we're doing on a pilgrimage now? Does this count?
She looks at you sternly. I suppose it does.
Oh, good.
What do Goliath generally experience once they reach the holy ground? Like, is it kind of a moment of religious epiphany? Like, do they find their purpose in life, or do they most of the time walk away unfulfilled? And
Goliath all know their purpose in life. That is never in question.
oh,
It is the service to Anum
okay.
and the ordinary.
Well.
Like baptizing.
It is
As
the realization to be had from this pilgrimage is to understand and to know one's place.
I see.
as we're walking, we are walking, right? We're walking onwards towards the.
We're long resting.
You're having a rest. You've set up a.
Oh, so we're still resting. Sorry. Okay. Yeah.
You saw some Goliath mammoths in the distance, and they went past, and the two suns, finally have set.
Okay.
And now you have only the light of 3 of the moons arcing above on a 45-degree angle.
We're not going to light a fire and.
I mean,
set
I'm
ourselves
cold.
A little camp.
It is bitterly cold.
Let's do fire. Let's do a fire.
Let's make
Let's do a
fire,
safe
yeah.
fire.
Yeah. We can use one of the huts, actually, one of the smoke huts, and just leave the smoke hatch closed.
I thought
No,
we
no,
already
'cause we
know
left-
we've
no, we've
we've
gone
already
past
left
that.
We've
We've
left
gone
there,
past
buddy.
that. Yeah, that was like
okay,
a day
we
ago.
Oh, shit. Okay.
You travelled for a day since then.
All right. No, that's okay. What I was going to suggest, though, is that if we're not traveling along the path, just as a little bit of flavor, Hank is going to use a combination of mold earth and the ice one to make the path easier for us.
Hmm.
Yeah, because I can make uneven terrain even. It's one of the little. Well, I can make it non-difficult terrain, if you say.
Right.
Yeah.
And with Gimbal too, I think Gimbal
Difficult terrain doesn't slow us down anyway.
doesn't slow.
Oh, really? Well, I'm
Yeah.
going to do it anyway.
Yeah, fine, do it.
Well, there's difficult terrain, and then there's ridiculous terrain, and so you can turn ridiculous terrain into difficult terrain, and difficult terrain
There we go.
into normal terrain. So there you go.
Yeah.
That makes good sense.
So we have a very easy trip.
Let's dig a hole like they
Frolic
did,
along.
like the orcs did, and do the same type of campfire.
Right.
Yeah, I
And
mean, we learned how to build.
You could have taken their tents or their tent if you so desired.
Nah,
Too
that's
late.
in the past. But we did learn how to
Stinky.
build the igloos. Who learned how
Yeah,
to do that?
I did.
Yeah.
Tanked it.
You can shape the
Igloo.
ice. There we go. And then we can put the fire in the igloo.
There you go.
Mm.
Okay.
And then melt.
And then not melt the igloo. Yeah,
Not melt the
somehow.
So
We do random things.
Okay.
random
we do-
things are done.
Yeah.
All right. All right.
One of them works.
All right. So look, just in case anything happens, I'll get you to roll initiative.
Yep.
Mhm.
No.
Yeah, 4.
Yeah.
If anything happens, I am
16 for Tricky Bob, 17 for Josiah,
Oof.
for Hank.
7 for Hank.
Yep.
Not great. Anyway.
Okay. 2 people on shift. I can go first. Who
Just so I
else?
can go next.
Sure.
Done.
Happy to help.
Hank's going to get 40 winks.
All right. So you're having a bit of a nap. Who's on watch first? Did you say? Gimbal.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, Gimbal.
Okay.
got me going now.
As you guys are making camp, this fog sort of is closing in around you. These vapors come wafting up from around the peak that you're on this hill, and you've got this kind of flat campsite area that you're in on the side of this hill. I mentioned that. And can you make a perception check, Gimbal, please?
Mm-hmm. 20, dirty 20, but yeah, 20.
Dirty 20. Okay. As you're sitting there, you begin to notice pockets of fog that are heavier than others surrounding the camp, and then closing in around the camp, and then you find yourself in this dense fog, whereupon everything is now heavily obscured for you.
Okay. Do I remember where everyone else is sleeping?
You can make a investigation check.
Shit.
I expect you probably would. The difficulty's like 10.
Oh, 17 then. Okay, cool.
You know where everything is in the
So
camp.
I'm going to walk over to so kind of like sleuth over to Josiah
Okay.
and shake him awake. I say, Josiah, use your wind staff. I can't see anything.
Yeah.
Wake up.
Yeah.
Do
Yeah.
it.
What? Take a look at the fog and.
Suddenly, from within the fog, this kind of white billowing extra fog comes poofing out of it in your direction. It's extremely cold, and it's in a kind of a cone shape, hitting. You need to make dexterity saving throws, please. You and
Okay.
Shit. 22.
Yeah, you're good.
12.
Still waking up.
Okay, 12.
Eek.
12 is a success. And
Ooh, oh.
okay, so you both succeed and take 3 points of cold damage.
Oh, that's not very scary. Okay, cool.
At that point, you think you see something moving in the fog, and it's bounding towards you.
Okay, well, I'll call an alarm, shout an alarm. Alarm, 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 alarm.
Alarm, alarm.
And seeing as I was getting ready to do it, I'm gonna aim the staff of wind at the creature.
Okay. As you do that, this is what you see.
Oh.
How do I do this without revealing stuff too much?
Take a snip.
I mean, I'm guessing it's a Yeti. Oh, it's not a Yeti.
Ew.
It's not a Yeti.
Oh.
Not a Yeti. Okay. Got that?
Is it big or little? Like, what size scale are we looking at here?
It's little.
Oh, what a little tit.
It's little. But then, Gimbal, can you make a perception check?
15.
15. You notice that there's a bunch of them moving around you in a circle.
Oh, shit.
Like, quite a lot of them. And they're moving. You can see their silhouettes lit from the moons cast against the fog. And as you do, it's one of them comes bounding in and tries to attack you with its claws. It misses you because your armor class is like 19 or something, isn't it, Gimbal?
Yes.
Okay, it doesn't hit you. All right, at that point, Josiah, you're awake.
Yep.
And on your feet.
Yep. So I have the Staff of Wind, so I'm going to point it at in the general direction of as many of them as I can see, and shoot a line of strong wind, 60 feet long and 10 foot wide.
Okay, and what does it do if it hits them? Do they make a strength save or what?
Yep. Strength saving throw will be pushed 15 feet away from me in the direction of the line.
Okay, the first
And if
one.
not, then it's difficult terrain.
All right, you definitely blow the first creature flying back into the fog out of vision, because your vision is very, very tight now. You've got about 10 feet of vision.
Does it clear some of the fog?
Does it clear some of the fog? What speed is your gust of wind?
It doesn't say. It just says a line of strong wind, 60
how
foot
far-
long and 10 foot wide.
So it would be 60 foot per second.
There you go.
Wait,
Yeah.
no, I
casting
mean
time.
Per turn.
per turn. Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess.
Well, I can only say that it lasts for the duration or until a wind of moderate or greater speed, at least 10 miles per hour, disperses it.
Yeah.
So I suppose, what did you say? It was a strong wind.
Strong wind, and it pushes them 15 feet away in 6 seconds, I guess.
15 feet. Okay, so
If it's strong enough to push a creature, I would have thought it'd be
person,
strong enough to blow away
Okay,
some.
well, I will say that because it is in fact the spell Fog Cloud, and so it's somewhat resistant, but definitely it creates a hole in the fog cloud that begins to come back together.
Okay.
Okay. What else do you do? Anything else? You got any other actions?
That's technically
Tricky Bob
my
is still
action.
asleep right now, right?
Yet.
I shouted
Gimbal
alarm.
shouting the alarm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tricky Bob, can you make a Constitution saving throw to see if you wake up? Similarly for Hank, if you're asleep.
She feels so warm tonight. It's weird.
Bob is not
Very
waking up.
cozy.
All right. And is that the end of your turn, Josiah?
Yep. Actually, am I able just to, from what I can see, get an idea of how many there are around us?
You can make out the shapes of at least 6, maybe more.
Okay. Yep, that'll end my turn.
Okay. Tricky Bob, you can make a dexterity saving throw as you're waking up out of your bed. Oh no, you're asleep. You're not making a dex save.
Oh,
You're
okay.
making
Good,
this
because I rolled a 3.
You take 3 points of frost damage, but you have resistance to cold.
Yay!
Okay,
So what does that mean?
1 damage.
Take 1 point of damage.
And I'm still asleep.
Little
Shivers and pulls the blanket up.
Right. I mean, well,
She
it's
just nestles
actually
in.
what happens is your blanket is blown off you by this frost breath that comes from this creature, and it blasts your blanket right off you, chilling you to the bone for a point of cold damage. And when you look up, you see that demonic little imp-like creature made of ice, perhaps, glaring at you with very pale blue eyes. It then leaps towards you and swipes at you with its claws. Tricky Bob, what's your armor class?
22.
Okay, it doesn't hit you. It is now your turn, Tricky Bob.
I try to club the thing.
All right, with your hammer, is it?
Yes.
Yep. So you're like.
So that's a 12 to hit,
Hits.
and that's a 9 damage.
Nice.
9 damage. Okay. Very good. Okay.
Danny Josiah.
You don't squish it, but you definitely smash it. And it gets
Still-
as it cries, it sort of swoops backwards away from you. Hank, You make a dexterity saving throw as you
Dex saving throw.
you wake up.
Well, I rolled a natural 1 to my Constitution saving throw, so I don't think I do.
Oh, okay. You're deep in deep sleep. Okay.
Yeah, I'm like muttering things like tapestries,
Right.
ales.
Fair enough. Okay.
Stuff like that,
Well, you take 1 point. No, you take 2 points of cold damage
All right,
immediately,
and then I just sort of like nestle in further.
What's your armor class, Hank?
17.
17. Okay. You feel something scratching your armor, trying to get through it.
Okay.
But to no avail.
Right.
Another one of these creatures comes swooping in and tries to frost breath Gimbal. You're making a dex save. Gimbal?
Ready? 15. Oh, 18.
18. Okay, you take 1 point of frost damage.
Done.
You save from this, and then it swoops in with its claws at you, Gimbal, missing you. Another creature like this swoops in at Josiah. Josiah, dex save.
Okay. 15.
15. That's a save. You take 3 points of frost damage.
Okay.
Another one of these creatures swoops in. This time, Tricky Bob, you're making a dex save. Oh, actually, no. No, yes, Tricky Bob, you are making a dex save.
13.
13 saves, and you take 2 points, reduced to 1 point of frost damage because of your ring. It then claws at you and misses. The next one claws at Josiah. Rolls 22. Does that hit?
It hits, yeah.
Hits you, Josiah. Okay, so you take 4 points of claw damage, slashing damage, and another point of cold damage.
Damn.
Hank, one swoops in to attack you, missing you entirely. It lands in your fire. Natural 1. It screeches as it hits the fire. It is vulnerable to fire, so it is going to take... I'll give it 8 points of damage from that. Alright. Hank, it's now your turn.
Would I have been waking up because of all of the commotion and the damage that I took?
Would you be waking up? You can make another con save.
All right.
Like being hit with a bird while you're asleep. Oh,
Yeah. All right. Con save. Yeah.
You're dreaming about rocks and griffins, and all of the screeching and stuff is.
This is a hell of a deep sleep I'm in.
Well, natural 1 you rolled. I mean, what the? You must.
Well, this one was a 5.
This one was a 5. Okay. Well.
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
All right. I'd say that you're beginning to wake up. You're starting. To
I'm
come out.
stirring.
You're stirring. Right. Yeah. All right. And the next one is going for Gimbal with a. Let's see if it's got its breath back yet. No, it doesn't. So it's going to claw you for a natural 2 that misses. Gimbal, it's your turn.
alrighty, pull my sword out, I guess, and I mean, I can see them near me, right, from like the gap that.
You can see about 3 of them near you. They're sort of hovering in the air, clawing at you, and.
I will take my first swing. I'll multi-attack, the closest one.
All right. The 3 of them that surround you are trying to get advantage on you by flanking you.
Bollocks. Bring it. All right, well, 12 to hit.
12 hits.
Cool. That'll be 4 damage.
4 damage.
Next attack, 12 again.
Hits.
4 damage. Same one.
4 damage, okay.
And Momo will jump in and attack the same one as well.
All right. Bounce, 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 nom.
11 plus 4, 15 to hit.
Okay, that hits.
Is what is these? 1d8 plus 5.
Let's put this up on the screen.
Hey, that's a good one. 12 damage from Momo.
12 damage from Momo. Okay, that creature is very hurt. You've torn his... Momo tears him down to the ground and rips one of his wings off him. And now Momo and this creature are in deadly combat. Is that the end of your turn?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Josiah, make a dexterity saving throw.
Sure thing. 19.
Okay, you save, so you take half.
What am I? Am I been hit by frost breath?
Yeah.
Ah,
So you take 2 points of cold damage.
okay.
All right, and he tries to claw you. What's your AC?
Without my shield up, 16.
Okay, that hits.
What do you? Okay, yeah, cool.
2 points of slashing damage plus another 4 points of cold damage.
Okay, what I want to do is I'll use my reaction and parry it.
Okay.
Expend one superiority dice.
Yeah.
So I roll a d8 plus 3.
And that's to reduce his to hit attack.
To reduce the damage. So 5, reduce the damage by 5.
Okay.
So how much is that?
Reducing the damage by 5. Let me check my.
If he doesn't land the initial attack, does it still give cold damage?
No, it wouldn't.
So then, no damage. Haha.
So what? How do you know it's no damage?
Because it wasn't at 3. With the slash.
The slash did 3 points of damage,
Yeah.
slashing damage. Yeah,
Yeah.
so it did hit you.
Okay.
And I rolled a 19 to hit.
Oh fuck. Okay.
So it hit you. Yeah, you can reduce the damage, but you can't make it all go away.
Okay.
However,
Just
it
his ear.
is your turn is next.
All right. Well, I'm going to whack the shit out of that little guy.
Right.
Oh, actually, sorry, I haven't taken the damage. How much was it?
The total damage.
Yeah.
4, 5, 6. No.
Yeah, it was the claw, and then the claw did cold damage.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. So it
6.
was 6 points of damage. 2 from the claw, 4 from the cold.
So what did your thing actually do, Josiah?
It's a parry. So I roll one of my superiority dice, and whatever that number is, I reduce the attack, the damage roll.
All right, so would it reduce like the 2 claw damage, but I mean the cold damage would stay, or?
It could reduce both because it's about the amount of contact that the claw makes on his body, and that's what will cause the cold damage. Okay, you good?
I parry everything, and then I whack the shit out of him, and I'll do that as an unarmed strike.
Right. As you do that, the fog clouds are closing in now, and now you have disadvantage to hit.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
Come on, Hank.
Fuck. 6 to hit.
Nope.
Okay. Then I will end my turn there.
All right. Very good. I mean, remember, you can choose to hold an action. and
Yeah.
You can choose to dodge, which gives everybody disadvantage to hit
Yeah.
you. So, keep these things in mind. And grappling and things are also options.
If I had hit him with that, I could have grappled him automatically. But
Right.
yeah.
But no. Okay.
But no.
Very good. The next one of these creatures attacks Josiah as well. 16 to hit.
That matches. So yeah.
Meets and beats. Okay, so we're taking 4 points of slashing and 2 points of cold.
Okay. I will try and parry again.
All right.
Okay.
As a reaction.
Yep.
Now, because you just had your turn, so you can use your reaction again.
Yep. So it's 5 plus 3, so 8.
Yep. Okay, so you absorb all of that.
Nice. I'm burning through my superiority dice though.
Okay,
I
Tricky
like to
Bob.
think I'm using the bow staff and.
Most stuff.
Tricky Bob, your
Yeah.
turn.
Booster.
I will try to tell the dead on the one that attacked me earlier.
All right.
Am
So
I
he
still like in my
makes-
tent or am I out of it already?
You're out.
Don't have tents. Do we have tents?
You
I thought
don't
we were
actually
tents.
have tents.
Oh.
The orcs had tents. You didn't bring them, so you don't.
We're just in skins.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're wrapped in your
Right.
cloaks. So he's making a dex save, is it?
Wisdom.
Wisdom save. That's right. He fails.
Wee. And he took damage already, so it's 2d12.
Yep.
Where am I? And I do 21 damage.
All right. You told the dead, and you shake his little ice shard body apart, and you realize at that point it's some kind of ice elemental.
I just realized that.
Well, you might have realized earlier. I don't know. Okay. Do you have any other actions, bonus actions, movement?
Is anyone particularly low in health?
I've
Yeah.
been better.
Okay, I do healing word at Josiah, which gives him 7 HP and a bonus action.
Okay.
Okay. 7 HP. Thank you. And then I will, I guess, do another strike with the Staff of Wind, but as a actual just strike. Still at disadvantage.
Yes.
17.
17. That does hit.
Okay, so it's 1d4. 4 points of damage against one, and he is grappled as well.
Neat.
How do you grapple someone with a staff?
Like whack him down and hold him down on the ground.
Like pin it, right? I
Yeah.
guess you can pin these guys with the end of the staff.
Yep.
Pin them right on the floor with the end of the staff. Okay.
Yep.
So we've got this guy grappled, and he's taken 4 points of damage. Okay. Very well. He's bleeding blue ice blood.
Yuck.
How many of them are there that we can see?
So
Sorry?
many.
How many?
How did we get to Josiah, by the way?
It was
Because
a
he gets a
reaction.
Oh, I see.
Yep.
Right. Okay. So these guys are attacking Tricky Bob. You just glowed with magic because you did some healing shit. So you can make a dex save.
A 9.
A 9. Okay. That is a fail. You take 5 points of frost damage, rounding it down.
3.
You can round it up if you like, but it's.
Oh,
I was
2?
going to round it to 2 for you.
Okay, sure.
Um,
I'll take it.
a claw attack comes at you. What's your AC?
22.
Wait a minute. Gotta roll to hit first. Oh, misses. Okay. Next one comes for Tricky Bob. 20. Does that hit Tricky Bob?
Nope.
Nope. The next one. Let's see if it's recharged. Nope. So he comes for a claw attack. 19 misses. Next one is coming for Hank.
Hank.
Hank. Okay, Hank, you're lying down and you're still waking up at this point, aren't you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm still like stirring. Like, whoa.
Managed to hit you.
Mother.
What's your armor class?
17.
Okay, it doesn't hit you despite you roll over in your sleep just as this thing comes down. But at that point you open your eyes and there's this fucking ice mephit looking at you.
Oh, gross.
There's another one above your head who then tries
They're
to...
flying.
They are flying. And he breathes cold breath towards you. You can make a dex save.
All right. Chilly. Hang on. What's my dex save? Fuck it. Jesus. All right. Got +8 to dex saves.
Oh.
Wow.
So it's a 21.
21, no problem, but you still take some damage. Come on.
It's okay.
Roll the thing. Here we go. 4 points of frost damage.
Ooh, that's Jeepers.
Mm.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, sorry.
Website.
Sorry, halve that because you made you safe.
Oh, it says 2.
2 points.
But I accidentally healed instead of damaged.
Now you also you see there's a dead one of these guys next to you, by the way, who was just slain a moment ago.
Right.
Now it is your turn, Hank.
Okay.
There are 2 that you can literally see in the silhouetted in the fog. Attacking is with disadvantage right now.
Are we in like a fairly tight little group at the moment? Or are we sort of like
I see
spread
you
out?
as sort of somewhat spread out.
Okay.
15 feet apart. You cannot see each other right now, although Tricky Bob, you were able to cast a spell on Josiah, so I suppose you could hear where he was. Do you need line of sight for your healing spells?
Healing word, I'm pretty sure, yeah, I can see within range, 60 feet. But I can't imagine we're all pretty close together if it's a small camp.
Well, I'm going to put, say that you could see his silhouette through and he was backlit by the moon. It's one of the moons, so that's how come you could cast to Josiah. But you can call out to each other.
Oh, yeah. Well, I did call out, is anyone low health? And I imagine he called back, maybe.
Yeah,
right,
contextually.
Yeah, okay. So Momo is needing to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, I don't get a turn?
Oh, sorry, Hank. Did I not give you a turn? Sorry, mate.
No, that's all right. I would like to cast
shit.
sleep at the little shit that's above me. It just blasted me with cold air.
What's the range on sleep? What's the radius on sleep? And what's the duration on sleep?
So sleep is the range is 90 feet and 20 feet, 90 feet to hit.
Okay.
But in a 20-foot radius as well. So anyone within a 20-foot radius.
Right. Now that includes your friends.
Yep, that includes my friends. We start from, however, we start from the lowest hit points going up.
Right. Okay. Very good.
Yeah.
So roll your hit points.
Yes, indeed. So that's 4, 3, 7, 14. Wow. 16, 30.
30. Okay. So 1, 2. I'm actually just gonna. Yeah. Okay. I'll do this. All right. Momo's opponent is asleep. Josiah, the one that you've been fighting, is now asleep.
Yay.
And another one that you've been fighting is also asleep.
And Hank goes, "Have some of your own medicine, you sleep-wakened dicks."
All right. Is that the end of your turn, Hank? Do you have anything else?
No, that's the end of my turn.
All right.
I might draw a letter bar, but I'm hoping you'll let me do that as a free action.
For sure. Yeah.
Cool.
Gimbal, your turn.
Alrighty. So that one that me and Momo were fighting has fallen asleep.
Yeah, there's 2 more with you.
All right, cool. I'll turn and face one of the other ones and start attacking that one.
All right, roll a hit.
22.
22 hits.
For 8 damage.
Okay.
And then 11.
11 hits.
Oh, nice. For 9 damage.
For
And
9
then
damage. Now remember, you should be rolling with disadvantage.
Ah, shit nuts. I thought the fog still cleared. All right, well, hang on. Let me re-roll. Two more attacks. So the first attack, second roll.
Bear in mind that every single one of them is casting fog cloud.
Okay, missed. So all right, first attack misses.
Okay.
Second attack hits.
Okay.
So 9 damage then.
Okay. So all right. So I'll add 1 to that.
And
Okay.
then Momo.
And Momo.
So I roll 2 d20s.
Yep.
So 5 plus 4, 9 to hit.
Miss.
All right. Well, then that's me.
That's you. Okie dokie. All right, that guy's dead. Josiah,
Oh.
you got 1 left on you.
Okay, I had one pinned underneath me,
Yeah.
and
Yes,
he's asleep.
He's gone to sleep.
I want to put all of my weight onto the Staff of Wind and just like suffocate him, I guess.
All right.
Smush him.
You can just break his neck with your.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to give you that as a free action.
All right. And then there was another one asleep next to me.
Yep, and there's a third one nearby that's planning to attack you momentarily.
Okay. If I can expend my other action, I want to stomp that one to death.
So you're gonna.
No torture, but that doesn't include stomping
It's
to
the
death.
heat of battle,
You
and
make a
the
hit
imp.
roll for this?
Yeah, I can do a hit roll.
Strike.
And I'm strike. Yeah, sure thing. Still a disadvantage.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the armor class is fairly low. It's 11
13.
hits.
Okay. That's a 1 point of damage.
Wow.
He is grappled now, so he's under my boot.
He's grappled. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you're grappling number C. Okay. Keep that
Okay.
in mind.
Okay. Yeah. So he's underfoot.
And all right, and I'll say he is unable to do much from there. All right, so that brings us to Tricky Bob, if that's the end of your turn.
Yep. That's everything.
Right. So is there any that are not grappled or asleep
Many
Manny.
that took damage?
that took damage. There is one that you. Well, first of all, you need to make a perception check with disadvantage.
Oh no.
Oh,
That's negative. Wait, no, it's 3.
Yeah, that's a natural one.
Yep.
Yeah, there is. There is one that hasn't taken that has. It fits the exact description.
Okay, well, I'm gonna try towing the dead. That one.
No, gosh.
That's probably one of us, yeah. But
Josiah, can you make a wisdom?
uh, 10.
Yeah, I think that's
Fail.
a fail. Okay, so you take some toll of dead damage.
and you already took damage.
Yeah.
All right, so 2d12.
19 damage.
Oh.
Oh, Ricky Bob.
Tricky, what are you doing?
Okay.
I think he's an item.
So what? I just hear this horrible ringing sound.
Yes, there's
And
a
it-
glorious note. Boom! And it starts shaking the teeth in your head.
Oh, yeah. I guess I could probably. I might not be still grappling that one under my boot. I don't know.
What?
I'll leave it to the DM's discretion.
You can tell you what. Make a Constitution saving throw to see whether or not you can remain concentrating in the same way as you would do with a spell.
16.
Yeah, no, you managed to maintain your grip on this grappled
Neat.
thing. And I would also say that you know that it was a spell that Tricky's cast. So you know she's fucked up and cast it. To be fair, it's very hard to see.
Yeah.
Okay, it's Tricky Bob. Is that the end of your turn?
Yes.
Shucks.
Yes. Yes. All right. Okay, so in that case, Ice Method number C is grappled, so he is going to make a strength save to try and get out of that. Can you make a strength and athletics check, please?
Athletics or strength?
Athletics with advantage.
Okay, cool. That's animal handling. Advantage roll. Oh, 2 17s. 20, 30.
Okay, you're holding him down. He can't move.
Yeah.
But he does. Let's see if his frost breath has recharged. Oh, it has. You need to make a dex save.
Okay. A 15.
You save, but you take 3 points of frost damage.
Okay. Oh, I'm getting the beating.
The next. Oh, yeah, he can't claw you though. One of the others comes flying into Gimbal. Gimbal, our armor class is
21. I've got my shield and sword out.
I meted and beaten.
Ah, damn it.
So you take 2 points of slashing damage plus 3 points of cold damage.
Right, Ty, done.
Okay. Tricky Bob, one comes flying at you. He goes to claw you for 22 to hit. Does that hit?
Just hits, yep.
Yep. Okay. So you take 4 points of claws, and then the cold damage you will mitigate down to 2. The next one comes at Hank. Flies, basically there's flying in out of the fog. Clawing at you, some of them breathing at you. You're beginning to realize that they can't keep recharging their breath. They have to wait a little bit to get their breath weapon back again. 17 to hit you, Hank.
I mean, my armor class is 17, so it hits, right?
So, yep, meets or beats.
Okay.
So 3 points of slashing damage, 2 points of cold damage.
Actually, I'm in two minds. I've got two reactionary spells that I could use. Yeah, I could either use absorb elements, or I think I'll use shield. Actually, yeah.
Shield?
I'll use shield as a reaction, so that increases my armor class to +5.
Okay, so you don't take that damage. It misses. All right, very good.
And I will use the spell slot.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
4 out, actually. Okay. Who's that? That is Gimbal. No, Hank again. All right, so the next one comes flying at you, Hank.
Right.
He comes at you with claws.
Yeah.
16 to hit.
Does not hit.
Does not hit. Okay, great. Hank, it's your actual turn.
All right, so Hank is going to pull out his Lantern of Revealing. Dun, 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 dun. And he's going to unthing it, and it's going to hopefully get rid of all this bloody mist.
Well, now everybody inside the sphere of light that comes from the Lantern of Revealing can see through the fog and is no longer at disadvantage. And the creatures all turn and look at it, and because they're nasty little fuckers, they're going to make wisdom saves. Well, one of them rolled a natural 20, so he doesn't give a fuck. One of them runs away, so I'm just going to make him dead. I might as well just kill him. Another one runs away. Another one runs away. Actually, you know what? He stays, but he can't move. Another one stays. Another one is frozen in place. Another one runs away. One of the damaged ones runs. Okay, is that that's your action? Do you have a bonus
That's my action. Yeah. As a bonus action, can I use dodge as a bonus action? Hang on, I'm not sure.
No.
Dodge is an action.
Dang. I was thinking as a rogue.
Oh,
No,
as a
it's just
rogue,
dash,
yeah.
disengage, and hide. No, it's not. No, it's so good. No, that's me.
Okay, that's you. All right. Gimbal, your turn.
Cool, I can see stuff.
Now, yeah.
So how many still around us? Are there any still around me, or do I need to go help someone?
They're all within your movement speed.
All right, cool. I'll run at one of them.
Two. There are 2 left.
Cool. All right, I'll run at one of the 2 and start swinging.
All right, roll to hit.
17 to hit.
17 to hit. That hits.
5 damage.
5 damage.
And 22 to hit.
Hits.
5 damage.
5 damage. Same one.
And same one. And Momo will join in as well. And miss.
Okay. Sorry, Momo. Right then, that's your end of your turn, Gimbal. Yeah.
Yeah, that's me.
Okay, Josiah, it's your turn. You've got a crushed ice method under your staff.
There was one under my boot as well.
Under your boot as well. Okay, great.
With him, I want to reach down and grab him and then hoof him into the fire pit.
Okay, you can make an athletics check to do that.
What checks do I need to make on that one?
Just make an athletics check.
Okay, cool. Athletics. That's a 12.
Okay. You hoof him towards the fire, but his wings are still beating enough that he's
Okay.
able to kind of puts his wings out immediately and causes himself to stop before the fire. He's now backlit by the fire. Do you have any other actions?
Yeah, I will. Actually, no. Yeah, yes, actually, I will. I will equip my shield at this point. I will drop because I don't have the staff. I crushed that guy and then booted the other one. So I'm gonna draw my sword and shield and put myself back up to a respectable armor class.
Right. So you
That's it.
fling the Mephit from underfoot towards the fire. The Mephit
Yeah.
bursts his wings out to stop himself flying into the fire. You drop the staff, draw your sword, and swing your shield around.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's what you're doing
That-
over the course of between now and your next turn.
Yep.
All right, very good. Tricky Bob.
I noticed that Josiah's like, I don't know, bleeding from his ears.
You may notice that. That's a
And
sort of-
eyeballs and nose.
So
and mouth.
orifices.
sort of thing. to pay
Can
attention.
I go up to him and cast Cure Wounds?
Yep.
So what's your HP lift?
8.
Oh, okay.
Fuck.
Thanks. I cure him for 22,
Okay.
and I think he gets a bonus action as well.
All right.
Got me for 22.
Yep.
Holy crap.
All right. Very good. Everybody needs to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
All right. 18
one.
from Hank.
Nat 1 from you. Okay.
25.
Okay. 25. You're good.
12.
Okay, that saves. But the nat 1 does not save. In fact, it does worse than save. Tricky Bob, with your nat 1, you take 8 points of damage as the very first Mephit that has been slain suddenly explodes. And all
Flat.
the shards of ice burst off in all directions.
Oh, is that ice damage?
You know what? It's slashing damage.
Okay.
Oh,
Yes. Okay. Then another one.
Oh my god.
Dex saves again.
Another deck save.
Yep.
Right.
25.
20.
24.
9. My deck's -1.
You take 7 points of damage from the second ice metal.
Picturing this in my head. Tricky's just like, ow! Ooh!
And the
This
third
might
one.
actually kill me.
The third dead one
Huh?
explodes.
How much
Third one.
damage do I take for the 9?
7 on the second one.
Okay.
Damn.
Third.
It's
Saving
no
throw.
joke.
18.
10.
10.
Yeah, 10 is the DC.
We save?
That is a save. So,
Oh.
Okay. Whew.
18 for Hank.
right. Okay. At that point, whose turn is it? It is Tricky Bob. You've just finished your turn, Tricky Bob. Is that
Yep.
right?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. One of the ice Mephits is going for Gimbal. Okay, Gimbal, you're making a dex save.
Mm-hmm. 19.
That saves. You take half of this, which is 7, so 3
Okay.
cold damage. And another ice Mephit explodes. You can take another dex save. This one's close enough to you. Nobody else will.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
19.
19. Yep, you.
Josiah. Josiah saves anyway.
Yeah.
He's ages away and he's like, ah!
Flashes at your face and misses. Oops. Yeah, that's right. Yep, cool. Next one is unable to move. Has not recharged and cannot hit anyone. So
I should be able to move.
No, he's
though.
free now because
Yeah. I
just
tried
like
to
fly
toss
him.
him into the fire pit, but he.
Oh no! This is
No, these are the frozen in
Oh, the
place.
sleeping one.
Oh.
No. No. Frozen in place from the lantern.
Oh, sorry.
Fear. Yeah,
Oh.
they're frozen from fear.
Ah.
Yeah.
So he's unable to do anything. He's just standing there terrified.
Excellent.
Or hovering terrified. Hank, it's your turn.
All right. So, which of the two Freezy boys are next to me? And by that I mean frozen in place.
One of them is.
One of them.
Yeah, we'll call it F.
All right.
Call them F.
F.
Yep.
All right.
F for
Yeah. F and freak. I'm gonna saunter over to him and give him the old stabby do from letter bar.
Okay, roll to hit.
So I'm gonna roll to hit. That is 13.
13 to hit. Yep, that hits.
Can't hear you.
Oh, good. It's not just me.
That does hit. Okay, there's
Does
something
it?
weird going on with my mic.
Every time that
Yeah.
happens, I thought it was
Sometimes,
I
just
didn't
my
hear that time
computer.
either.
Why is my mic being so crap? My gain is way the fuck up. I don't know what this.
That old chestnut.
Hold on. There might be something to do with this. No, it doesn't look like it. I don't know. I do not know why. Can you hear me when I'm
Yeah,
talking?
that
Yes.
sounds good. Yeah.
Yes.
We can hear you most of the time.
All right.
Just at the
it just
beginning,
cuts out
yeah.
sometimes. Yeah.
Okay.
So did I hit on that attack?
What was the roll?
13.
Yep, that hits.
Excellent. And I do 10 damage.
10 damage.
Yeah.
Okay. He's very hurt, and you trim off his wing, and he clatters to the ground and looks up at you.
Excellent.
Terrified.
Quite scared, yes.
Yeah.
Um,
Still got my. Can I, as a free action, like shake it at him? You know, like,
Yeah, sure.
because I'm pissed off.
Would you like to make an
Woke me up.
intimidation check?
Oh yeah, I'll do an intimidation check.
Yeah.
I mean, I got a 21 for intimidation.
Okay. He starts running.
All
He turns and flies off into the fog.
right, cool.
Beyond the range of the lantern now.
But he flies like this, right?
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
that's true. In
Yeah.
fact, he can't fly, so he's dragging himself off in that direction. You know what? You can have an opportunity attack.
Oh. All right. No, wrong dice. What was it? One. Oh no, right dice. Okay. Is 14.
Hits. He's dead.
Hits.
He had one hit
All
point.
right.
Ah.
So
All right,
he
cool.
turns to move, and he starts dragging himself off, and you just
Oh.
stick your sword through the back of him, and he's dead.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Okay.
Ooh, flippin' wake me up.
Right. Where are we at? Okay, so that one's gone. Gimbal.
Yo.
There is technically one left.
Mm-hmm.
You
Okay.
may-
Fire pit boy.
And
Okay.
you and Josiah can flank him now.
Oh, cool. All right, great. Well, yep. Charge in. Start swinging.
All right, you have advantage to hit.
Oh, it's just already there.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet. All right. 15 to hit.
Hits.
1. 4 damage.
Okay.
And 10 to hit.
Hits. No,
Uh,
wait. Does it hit? No, it doesn't hit.
Okay, well, ignore that one.
11 armor class.
And Momo.
All right.
Does Momo have advantage?
Sure.
Yeah.
It's melee.
Good, okay.
15.
Momo hits.
Yep.
For 3 plus 5, 8 damage.
8 damage. Okay.
And that's my go.
That's your turn. Okay, Gimbal. It's Josiah's turn.
All right, I'm gonna saunter up and attack it as well.
Yeah, well, you just have to turn around, and you've got advantage to hit, so...
Yeah, and I didn't need the advantage because I got a crit anyway. So
Oh, crit to hit. Okay.
that's 12 on the crit, and if he's flanks, just for flavor, I'm gonna add in sneak attack to see how, because I'm sure it's probably dead as well. But
Yeah, but we want to go for the highest damage, right?
yeah, so that 22.
22 is a killing blow.
Hello,
There we go. You're back.
that was 22.
Yeah. So how do you kill him?
I think I bisect him, Whoa. And he just like flops into 2 in midair.
All right, and the part flops to the ground. At that point, everybody needs to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh crap!
Shit. All right. Actually, I'll do it.
In fact,
7.
An
7.
unnatural one.
All right.
26.
Woo! 23.
Okay. So who failed this save?
Who do you think?
Me.
All right. So you're taking 2 points of slashing damage.
Wait, did Tricky pass?
Yeah, no, I failed.
Oh.
Got an unnatural one.
Oh,
Unnatural one.
an unnatural one. That's just embarrassing.
Hank, can you make a save for the one that you just killed?
Oh yeah, sure. I'll just do that here.
Is
as
it
well.
2 damage for the other one?
Yeah.
Okay.
21.
Okay, so you take 1 point
Go on again.
damage from that.
I can't hear him. Can you hear him?
You take 1
No.
point of damage. One
There we go.
point of damage, Hank. Hank off.
Hank
Yeah.
for 1 point of damage.
How come I take a point of damage? Oh, because I saved, right?
You did save, and I cut it in half.
All right. Do I take one for the first one as well? Because I've done 2 dex saves, both of them saved, but
both of them save. Yeah, you should have taken it. I honestly, I screwed up halfway through the combat and realized that you should have been taking damage from.
Oh, even
From
from the
halves,
successful
yeah.
saves. Ah, okay. All right, well, hang on.
Right. Okay.
From the past what?
So
From
you,
Should we
the
just
ones where
do
we saved.
So we're
A
actually
point
probably
of
already
damage
dead.
for the
Or
ones
dead.
that we saved.
you would have
Oh.
So-
taken. You probably would have taken more damage. Everybody.
I think it's got to be at least 5 points of damage. So we'll go for 6. Give it around 6, I think.
Yeah, for each of them.
I'm just gonna be nice to myself.
6 more damage.
No, you're fine because you took the full damage.
I'm not going to add any more
Yeah.
method explosions at this point.
So hang on here. How much
Everyone-
damage are we taking?
I add another 6 in just for the
You've already taken your damage. Don't worry about it. It's good. I'm experimenting with these monsters. I've not used them before, so I'm learning how to run them. But what should have happened was every time one dies, it explodes. Everyone within 5 feet of it makes a DC 10 dexterity saving throw.
Or takes half damage.
And yeah, it's a D8.
Yeah, and yeah.
and the little shits.
Save.
That's for true.
Take half.
Little fuckers.
Yeah, they're
We
pretty
could
mean,
just say
man.
take 4 damage for each one. Though.
Sure.
For each one.
Let's just
Well,
be
'cause
done with
it's-
it.
That's the average, right?
Yep.
I pass out.
Yeah.
All right, Gimbal, you pass out.
No, I'm not doing it. No.
I see. Just make a gimbal save. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so they are dead, and everything goes quiet. The fog rolls off, and now you can see the moons quite clearly in the landscape in the distance. And the
Besides, your turn.
Yeah, what
Go to
happened to the
bed.
watch, Gimbal?
Yeah,
Well,
finish
I
your watch,
tried.
Gimbal.
Oh, you watched them as they just rolled up?
Yes, it
Yeah.
was beautiful. So foggy. Okay, fine. I'll finish my watch.
No, that's all right. I'll take the next one. I'll
I
make
think we
sure.
can trust Gimbal to watch anymore.
Nothing else happens over that the course of that evening until the next day. The suns begin to rise. The first sun rises, casting a pink haze across the landscape. The second sun is still below the horizon.
Good.
Mm.
The ice
Well,
is all pink and mauve.
Lovely.
well, Jara, how far are we from? Our next
Fuck! I
point of
forgot
interest?
about Jara. She did
Oh
nothing.
yeah,
Oh, what was she doing?
Just
Asleep.
watching and laughing.
Maybe she was scouting. I don't know.
Oh, I think I have control of. Wait,
Yeah.
no.
Fine.
Well, she has cold stone endurance, so she might have slept under the snow and missed the
Yeah.
whole thing.
It just pops out.
Yeah,
Yeah. I don't know. She was doing something.
yeah.
Oh, do we get a long rest or?
You do eventually get a long rest. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Whew, yes, Jara. What's our next? What's our next point of interest from here on in? Are we hiking for another day or two?
Yes. We must reach the lake, cross the lake, then the mountains.
And keep an eye out for any ambushes.
All right. Okay, so you leave camp after your breakfast, I take it, and then you head out. And by the end of the next day, with no further ado, you arrive at the lake. The lake seems to be. It seems to be pretty frozen solid. So
Right.
you're not too concerned about walking on it. It should be all right to walk on, you think?
Is this the lake that I'm pinging?
Let me check the map. Yes, that's the lake. Yes.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. I mean, you can go along the edge of the lake. You don't actually have to cross the lake. you're, you in fact, line of sight from here to here does not require crossing the lake, actually.
I think crossing the lake might just make us more visible targets, if anything.
Yeah, we just stick to the.
But it could be
Ground
faster.
line.
And hear me out. Is there a way that we can use the slipperiness of the ice to our advantage?
With
As
maybe a staff of wind.
As an
Staff
Arctic
wind.
expert, I turn to Josiah and just shake my head.
Picture this. Picture this.
Are we in a hurry?
Think of it. Well, I don't know. I'm just saying. But let's harness up Gimbal. Oh, Gimbal. Yeah, let's harness up Gimbal.
No.
And have him run while we all like sled behind him. I was actually no Momo. Could we use Momo in the means of a horse? In a horse and cart?
Can you turn into a horse?
No, I don't mean
No.
like he is.
Make up a toboggan.
Yeah.
Yeah. Make a little toboggan and.
But
get a-
look, he's your spirit animal. I'll
Mhm.
I'll let you decide. If you don't feel that we need to expedite this, it's up to you.
Oh, good.
Thanks, all
No.
for it.
There are 4 of
No.
you plus Momo plus Jara.
Momo is very strong.
I think there was
No.
another Goliath with you too, to be honest. I think
Yeah.
Jara and that other Goliath might have gone for a walkabout over the previous night,
Mm,
which is why they missed the methods.
I think those two have a thing going on.
Maybe they do.
Yeah, maybe.
Little tryst.
Yeah. Why not?
Well, go around the outside of the lake then.
Okay, so you
Alright.
travel on the outside of the lake. All right, very good. You travel for another couple of days without any great incident until you get to about here. And now you're rising up into mountainous terrain. And you can avoid that by, taking a long way around, or you can go through the mountains.
Let's go through the mountains.
Jara says that the seaside is going to be safer, but the mountains will be ultimately faster.
Let's go through the mountains.
Yeah, I think it sounds like a good idea if we want to get there as quickly as we can.
Yeah, let's go to the mountains.
All right.
Do we
Alas, in
though?
the face of danger.
Do we not want to get there
Fine.
first?
No, let's go.
Gimbal,
Yeah,
can you make a
let's do the
survival
mountains.
check, please?
hmm
From everyone?
No, just Gimbal.
Just give
That's Gimbal.
18.
18. All right. Gimbal, you believe that...
Damn it, Russ.
Russ, you gone again. Can't
Gimbal,
hear.
Check.
Yep. Yeah.
There you go.
You believe that you can make a way on a sort of a natural path up these mountains. You can sort of spot the contours.
hmm
You reckon you know a way to get through there that's going to shave some time off the trip.
Okay. All right. Yeah, we can do it. Let's do that then.
Okay, so you head up through the mountains, and it's definitely a hard one journey. Are you going to go if you want to avoid exhaustion? I assume.
Preferably.
I think we could deal with like one level.
What does one level do again?
It's not too bad.
Disadvantage to all checks or something.
That's a big deal.
Yeah,
That's a big
it's-
deal.
Fine. Okay.
Doesn't-
Yeah. Let's do it sensibly. It's still going to be faster than the other way.
Right. Okay. So you go through the mountains, and up in the mountains, I will get perception checks as you head through the mountains.
18.
An 18.
Ooh,
17.
21 from Hank.
15.
Not bad.
15. All right.
You can see a lot from up here.
I will get initiative rolls just in case.
17.
Hey.
11.
And a
Six.
6. Okay, very good. Now, the perception checks, let's just go back to those. We had 15 from Josiah, 17 from Gimbal, 18 from Tricky Bob, and what did you get, Hank?
21.
21. Right, what you notice from your high position that you've taken this particular path that Gimbal has pointed out, and from this position, you see this big-ass boulder, like a big stone down in this valley below you, probably a mile away from where you are. And it reminds you of the giant stone.
The fuck boulder.
What? No. Oh,
was
it
the
was. It
fertility
was a
boulder.
fertility boulder. We never called it that though.
What?
We didn't call it that.
In outside of Balkanard, the ogres were using it as a
Right, fertility boulder, right.
yeah,
Different.
Yes.
Different.
Yes.
different.
This is very similar to that.
Oh, it is.
Okay.
And it's the same sort of shape and size. It's about 100 feet high, and round, and it has spiral-looking Ostorian carvings etched into it in big, huge runes. And anybody that's familiar with Giant, Tricky Bob, will recognize the giant pantheon among them. You know, the names of the giant gods, etc., etc.
Is there anything interesting about the gods it's referencing?
Well, they're the giant pantheon. It's the ordning.
The regular ones, not the dodgy ones.
Uh,
I forgot his name.
Memnor.
Memnor.
Yeah.
No, it's not referencing Memnor. It's mentioning Memnor and his wife and his children. And in that sense, it is about fertility.
Right.
Yes, I fucking have a list of these gods here somewhere, but for some reason, I spent too much time designing a map this morning and not enough time preparing my tabs. So, oh well. Okay. So, what do you guys do? Well, in fact, oh yes, I forgot to mention the 3 ogres that are sitting around at a camp.
Oh, down there, right.
Yeah.
I point this out to everyone. Right. Look, over there's one of those.
Is Hank the
6
only one that
rocks.
noticed, or is he pointing out something that we all saw?
You all saw it.
So it's
Oh, okay.
they're all looking down.
I think I'm
Hey,
the only
guys.
one. I think I'm the only one. I'm really self-important when I say, "Hark! I see a 6 rock."
The thing that you also notice is,
Six rock.
the thing that you also notice is that you've just crested the hill, and they've looked up and seen you.
Oh,
Wait.
give
No.
him a nice little hello.
They're not up here though, right? They're
No,
like down,
exactly. They're
oh,
down
well,
there.
We're not here to interrupt.
Yeah,
We
what do
should-
they do? Let's observe.
They
I'm not
start
observing.
bounding up
hide.
the hill in your direction.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
Oh no.
fun and games.
That's fine. Let's go
Okay.
hide. We can just go hide.
Should we hide?
There's 6 of us and 3 of them.
We don't. Yeah, but they're ages away. We don't have to even deal with them. Let's just go hide.
All right. Well, I mean, do we continue upwards? I mean, do we just continue on our track and see if they trail us? No need to hide and wait for them to come to us. We could just outpace them.
I don't know, Ross. How far away are they? How's this working?
They probably move faster than you do.
Yeah, they're large creatures.
But we're up on a cliff and they're down in the chasm,
You're
Or
or
on a hill crest.
You're on a hill crest. It's not
hill crest, and they're on the hill crest as well.
No, they're below in the valley below you.
Right,
They
but
still have to get uphill, but it's not like climbing a mountain.
Oh, okay, so they can. Oh shit! All right. Any boulders we can push down at them?
You can try.
Oh, perfect. If there are some, yeah, let's do that.
All right.
All right.
You guys can make an athletics check.
I'll give you a hand.
All right. So you're doing that with advantage.
I got a 1. Oh, but advantage. Hang on.
Yeah.
Well, it would have been good to get 2 ones.
I was gonna say,
11.
That would have been 2 ones. 11. Yeah.
Come on. Here we go.
Okay, what else could we possibly do? Just pepper them with this this new orc crossbow that I got.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You
Ah.
give that a try. Why not?
All right. Yeah, I'll draw my bone. If we're doing fighting.
All right.
Are we already in combat?
Now, give me a second. I am going to give you a map this time.
Okay.
Not going to be much of a map. It's just let's just have a map because it's
Mhm.
relatively easy to sort it out for this
Good.
Okay.
Damn, this thing's got 400 feet. Whew,
That's a lot of feet. To
that
have.
is a lot of feet.
It's like a centipede.
Yeah,
Yeah.
imagine all the shoes you need.
4 centipedes.
Wait, what are we talking about? Where?
My heavy crossbow.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah. Just feel like more of a man when I'm holding this thing.
Yes. Yes. Okay. Now you should have appeared on a new map by now.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, yep. There we are.
Uh-huh.
Just go to the map layer and add some extra fun details. This is kind of a trench. That's kind of contours.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
typography.
Topography. Yeah, exactly. This can be a cliff.
Going down or going up?
They're below.
They're coming up. So I'm saying.
I know they're below, but that
Yeah,
cliff is
the
what.
cliff falls away. Yeah.
Okay.
And I'll put another contour line over here or two. All right, so there you go. That's our starting point. Where's my funky encounter gone? No, incorrect. Here we go. Okay, so Hank, you have initiative right now.
All right. Dun, 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 dun,
Would you
dun.
like 2 minutes to think about it while I grab a snack?
Yeah, go on.
All right.
60 feet. They are ages away.
I mean, they dash. They'll be here in like 2 goes.
Yeah, it's 85 feet or 100. To 80. Okay. If I move forward, I can get them. Get them with my short bow, but
Or you can just shoot with disadvantage.
I could just shoot with disadvantage, but I could also throw ice knife at them, which could get more than one.
Hmm.
Yes.
Hmm.
Short bow would be better damage though. Yeah, I save
You
that
need
for the
lightning
next
bolt.
turn.
Fireball. Something good.
No, because I'm not a damage dealer, like spellcaster guy. I prefer to be.
Everyone
Wow.
needs it in their arsenal, or at least magic missile.
Who
Oh,
has
you've
the
got-
wand of
I've
magic
got
missile?
magic missile.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
I've
got the
got,
wand,
magic-
eh?
got- yeah, I got that. So yeah, I'm not really interested in damage dealing spells. I've got ice knife for like area of effect, and then I've got wand of magic missile. I prefer
Fair
to
enough.
have like adventure spells because they're fun. I like to use them in innovative ways.
Yep.
What else can I do? I'm going to do sleep again. Detect magic. Color spray. Oh.
We've been playing Pathfinder Kingmaker.
Ah,
Maria's been playing it. I've been watching as she rages.
Fucking hate that game so much.
I can't stand the just the. It's too much micromanaging.
It is.
It's so irritating.
And it's like, yeah, it's like playing with a DM that's just a robot, and then you constantly get in scenarios where you're absolutely fucked,
Yeah.
and you're kind of like, this seems really unfair, and
Yeah.
I don't think I
You
should be in this.
stupid fucking idiot. Why didn't you know you needed to be level 7 before entering this area?
There was one fight like somewhere near the start that just constantly fucked. I think there was wizards and shit, and they had the ranger. And it's just
All of
bollocks.
them, yeah.
Yeah. It's not
It
pleasant.
doesn't sense check anything for you, so you just walk in and you get absolutely ass blasted because
Mhm.
I didn't pick my wizards in my party
Yeah.
I think it seems really fun.
I gave up on it. No.
Did
no.
you? I got really close. I've only been playing it for like a
no.
week.
Yep. I got too irritated by the whole thing.
Mm.
Got good reviews though. Wait, is that the new one or the old one?
I think it's newish. It's like 2017 or something like that.
There's another one out
Oh, is
now.
there?
Yeah. Can't remember what it's called. Hang on. Where's my Steam gone?
Pardon me.
This is on PlayStation, so it's probably like years behind,
Ah, yeah, could be.
and also very difficult to play not on PC.
Yes.
There's so many menu bars, and you're like, how the fuck do I get out of this menu?
Oh, I never even bought the new one because I tried to play the new one came out. I got the shit. Yeah, Wrath of the Righteous.
Oh,
the new
no.
one. But like again, I think my sister played it and says, yeah, no, same micromanaging. I was like, well, they could fuck off then.
It could be fun. Like it could
It's
be
got
like
great reviews.
That's good. I heard the one that I'm playing has really mixed reviews because it's pretty much people saying that it's like really frustrating, really difficult to get into, and you just have no idea what the fuck's going on 90% of the time.
So you guys have a plan?
No, we
I
were
think,
talking shit.
well, I at least know what I'm going to do for my
First round?
first move. Yeah.
So what are you going to do, Hank?
So I'm going to move up. Oh, hang on. Let's actually do that, eh? So I'm going to move up
Goliath with us?
Yes.
Oh, they are. Okay, wait. Goliath. Where?
diagonally. And then I'm going to make sure I can. Yeah, okay. So I'm gonna throw off a short bow at this jerk.
Okay. Let me come over here.
Da, 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 da. Short bow. I'll 7 to hit. And I attack him for 19.
For 19 to hit.
Yep.
That will be a hit.
Very good. For 6 damage.
For 6 points. Oh, you shouldn't be able to see that. Oh dear.
I can't see it. It's all too small anyway.
Excellent. I'll turn that window off.
Cool. 59. Easy enough.
Come back over here. Ooh, cheeky bastard. Cheeky
It's
bastard.
fine. Just puff them up.
All right.
So it's just
so-
kidding. It has 90.
Yeah.
Yeah. These are special ones. That's the average hit points.
Ogre Booyag.
So, you do what did you say?
What was it? 2 + 4, 6 damage.
6 damage. Okay, so you hit
Yeah.
the first ogre for 6.
Just a little pepper. It's like
Alright.
8.
Very good. Is that the end of your turn?
I believe so. Yeah.
Okay. Gimbal.
Alrighty. I will draw the old bow
Yep.
and I'll take a shot at the same one Hank took a shot at.
Mhm.
And I will use one of the charges on it to make the arrow all acidy.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And that's 26 to hit.
Hits.
So then the arrow damage does that. And then
Ugh.
5 damage plus 6 poison or acid damage.
11 points of acid. 11 points with acid damage. Okay.
Yep. And then my second shot,
Okay.
which would just be a normal shot.
Mhm.
16 to hit.
Yep.
Go. And 5 damage. So I
5
rolled a
damage.
1.
Okay. So 5. Okay. So there's
Then
ogre's getting peppered with arrows at the moment.
then I'll have Momo, like I'll move forward a little bit to like there, and I'll have Momo like stand maybe 30 feet in front of me,
Okay.
ready to like charge at them when they're in charge range.
All right. Okay, so let me see. How much speed do these guys have? 40 feet. Okay. So
No shit.
Objects and tokens. Okay, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. So he moves to here. Is that the one that you hit? Yeah, let's say it is. Is that right?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. All right. So on his turn, he moves to there. From there, he hits a javelin at Gimbal.
Fuck, they have javelins.
They have javelins. 10 to hit, misses. Very well. The next one does something very similar, and he moves to here and hefts a javelin. It's 19 to hit.
Yes.
Yep. Okay. He does 14 points of damage.
Damn.
Piercing damage.
Oh.
Josiah, it is your turn.
All right, Gimbal, your bow's pretty nifty, but I'm going to try out this little puppy. My orcish heavy crossbow. I'm going to name it the Picard.
Oh, all right.
I'm going to aim at the one that has already been peppered with lots, and I'm going to take a shot.
Roll to hit.
The Picard.
12.
That hits.
Oh, cool.
Mm-hmm.
That's 5 damage.
5 damage, okay. Very well. Packard does 5 damage. Do you have any other attacks? Bonus actions, movement?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. That's everything for now.
Alright, so at that point, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. He gets to there. Okay, and he hits a javelin. This time at Josiah. 18 to hit.
It hits.
14 damage.
Oosh.
Yikes.
Tricky Bob.
Yep.
Man. Do some cool shit, Tricky Bob.
I will. Where is the ruler?
What the fuck is going on here? That is not... What the hell?
40 feet away, so I will use my, where is it? Toll the Dead on the one that save my spell slots. Do any of them take damage? I think one of them did, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, one
One-
took a bunch.
Yeah,
one?
one's
Which
been
one
hit.
was it?
This
One
guy
left.
over here.
Whichever one that was, yeah.
Yeah,
Left.
he's been hit 3 times so far.
Yeah, nearest on the left.
Toll the Dead him.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he makes a wisdom
Get him.
save.
Yep.
You get to do critical damage.
Nice.
Wow. Oh, that's double? Is it?
Mhm.
Oh my god.
Double your dice.
Double dust
Oh,
damage.
only. Oh, sorry. Wait, do I need to roll it 4 times, or do I roll it twice and double?
Can you right click
4
it?
times.
Can you just right click it and choose critical?
No, because I have to do special dice. Because
I don't
Well,
think
the-
you.
So you're
yeah.
rolling 4d12.
okay, so that's 20.
Okay, very good. He shouts out, dropping his javelins and hoisting his club.
What does he shout?
He shouts, "Bye, stranger!"
By foe fob.
Hank, it's your
No. Oh, do I get my warrior to make an attack as well?
turn. Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah. So she rolls a. Not that. She rolls a. Ooh, 10 to hit.
She does not hit. Her javelin
Okay.
misses or whatever she's...
Who's got what's her name?
You do. I thought that's
No, I've got the other lady.
Jara.
I've got the not the princess. I've got the
other
random
Goliath.
warrior that survived.
I guess
Right.
I'll take the other one.
Okay.
Goliath warrior stab block. Okay. I'll remember that for the next time.
Because Jara is a princess, she can get an extra +1 to everything that she does.
Alright.
Mm.
Okay, Hank.
So
it's
I've got the
you.
normie one, and you've got Jara.
Okay. So Hank is going to. Hang on, these guys are within. Yeah, sweet. So Hank is going to
Mhm.
move back to here, and then he's going to throw an ice knife
Ooh,
at this jerk.
okay. What does he do? A dex save?
He's going to throw it at second level
Okay.
because I can do that.
Yeah. Am I making a dexterity saving throw?
I'm just checking that now.
Okay.
Pretty sure you are. I mean, I think that I do a 2 hits
Yep.
for that, but then you do a dex save to.
For the nearest enemies, right? Okay. So.
Yeah, exactly.
So roll to hit. AC is 11, so it shouldn't be too hard to hit.
So yeah, but every creature within a 5-foot radius has to do it. So including the guy that gets hit if he gets hit.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah. All right. So
roll to hit.
Roll to hit. That is 19.
19. Okay, that hits. Okay,
Excellent.
So now we're making some dex saves. So this guy, the main guy that you hit, fails.
Excellent.
And the nearest one to him,
Dex 13.
Also fails.
Excellent. Okay.
So the main guy takes how much damage from the original hit?
1d10. Where's my d10? I've got lots of d10s. Here we go. We'll use this one actually. So that is 7 damage, the main guy.
Okay.
And then the shark, well, actually both of them also have to take 2d6 damage. So 2d6. Oh, full damage. So 12 damage for him as well.
Okay,
Should I roll it twice for both of them, or?
No, just the same damage.
Okay, so
what
12.
Was it? 12 damage. Okay, so the first guy's dead. You killed the first one. The second one takes 12.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. How far behind is the other guy? 5, 10, 15. What's the range on that?
It's only 5 feet.
Okay, so
5 feet radius. Yeah.
Okay, so one of these guys is dead. You can draw a red mark on here if you like for this guy.
All right. Let's do the little red mark there. Little polygon, and make it red. Wah. Wah.
Wah, wah.
Yeah, that was pretty crudely done, actually. Freehand would be better than polygon.
All right, so he's got.
Oh, yellow.
That's fine. Okay, so that's the end of your turn, is it, Hank?
Yes, that is the end of my turn.
Gimbleness.
Yo. All right. I'll sick Momo on a charge attack towards that one coming up.
Yep.
So he does. Ooh, good hit. Yep. That'll be 20 to hit. And so that's 1d8 plus 5. So 9 damage. And then he has to.
Strength save?
Yes, he has to. Where is it? So charge. Oh, first of all, he takes an extra 1d6 slashing damage from the charge.
Okay.
Which is 5 slashing damage.
Okay, so another 5. Okay, I think he's succeeded his strength check though.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, it's not. Yeah, it's pretty easy to do.
15.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Okay.
DC 12.
The end of your turn, or you got more?
No, I'm going to shoot him a bunch with my bow.
A bunch. Okay, shoot a bunch.
15 to hit.
Hits.
And that is 7 damage. And second shot. 17 to hit.
Hits.
And 9 damage.
9 damage. Wow. Okay, very nice. No, it's not Josiah's turn. It's the ogre's turn. Okay. He moves 5, 10, 15.
Does Momo get an opportunity attack?
Yeah, right.
Ignoring Momo. Unbelievable. I'm going to get a 1.
Okay, never mind. Very well. I'm not going to penalize Momo presently for getting a natural 1. Okay, cool. Josiah, wait, so this guy moves up towards you. Who's at the front?
Gimbal.
Gimbal. Gimbal. Okay, so great club.
AC's 18.
AC is 18. Gimbal. He rolls an 18 to hit with his great club. So he whacks you with it, and you take 9 points of damage, Gimbal.
Done.
Boof. All right, Josiah. Now it is your turn.
Okay. Jara's gonna go first.
All right.
And she's going to engage with her battle axe.
All right.
So what's it? +5 to hit. Okay.
And I gave you +1, remember?
Okay, so +6 to hit.
Yep.
And she's going to attack. She can multi-attack as well. So let's roll for the first attack. That's 17.
Hits.
And she, with a great axe, what is it? 1d10 +3. Okay.
+3 +1.
Plus. Okay. So that is a 13.
13. Okay.
Yeah, and then she'll attack again.
All right.
And that hits.
All right.
And so she'll do another d10. And that's another 13 points of damage.
All right. She destroys him.
Nice.
Yeah.
Jara.
Mhm.
All right.
Get
very
him.
well. Is that the end of your turn, Josiah? Or you have
No, I still got my go to go. So with disadvantage, because he's within 100 feet, I'm going to fire off the card again.
Okay.
But wait, I thought the range on that was like 400 feet.
100 to 400.
Disadvantage.
Yeah.
You have
yeah,
to reload it too. So-
Oh, okay. All right. Are we doing reloading ones?
yeah.
All right, then I'll fucking drop on this thing. I'm dropping this thing, and I'll re-equip my shield and sword as my action. So that's all good. I might move. No, safety in numbers. Safety in numbers.
All right. So you.
The card lays at my feet. Fired off once, and I draw my sword and shield.
Okay. Very good. So this guy now comes 5, 10, 15. Where's Momo?
Momo was about. Hang on, I'll ping. He would have been about here.
Okay. So this guy's going to attack Momo because, well, Momo's on the way.
Mhm.
So he swings at him with his great club. What's Momo's AC?
I have forgotten. Hang on.
I rolled an 18. It's probably going to hit.
AC is well. We have to check. 13 plus 3, 16. Okay, yeah.
Okay, so he hits.
Close.
All right, so he smacks Momo for a total of 13 points of damage.
Ooh, okay.
All right.
Done.
Very good. Tricky Bob, it's your turn.
I will. He's totally dead, the one that's left.
All right, Toll the Dead. Okay, he hasn't taken any damage at this point.
Oh, he hasn't. Okay, then never mind. My Goliath will go first, and she will throw her javelin.
Your Goliath goes after your turn. That's can't pull that shit on me. Otherwise,
James made his one go first.
yeah, well, James
He
James'
did
attacks,
it.
James'
He can
James
away
doesn't
with
get
it.
James's attacks weren't being modified by it having been hit first.
Yeah, James gives no
It's very
bonus.
targeted.
Ricky Bob.
Good try. Good
All
try.
right. Okay, fine. I will instead of I will use. No one use healing, right? Because you guys didn't really take any damage.
I could use some healing.
Could
I
you?
didn't get to have my long rest because I was on the second
Oh, okay.
watch.
I cure wounds on Josiah.
Cure wounds
And
on Josiah.
10 HP, and he gets a action.
Okay, Josiah, you get an action.
Could have had Picard ready and all.
I could have.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I'll still be at disadvantage.
I will let you reload Picard though.
Nah, the whole idea of I could switch between weapons willy-nilly, it don't sit right with me. So
You're literally doing that.
no, that was my action to do.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so I'm happy to at the moment ready an attack if he gets within range.
Okay.
I can't do that as a reaction. No, never mind. I do nothing.
You do nothing.
I do nothing.
All right, very good. Hank, it's your turn.
Oh, no, my
All right.
Goliath.
Oh, Goliath, right. Go Goliath.
She didn't get to go.
Okay.
And she
Penance.
rolls a 16.
16 hits.
No, yes, 16. And that's a 1d8. Wait, what? Oh, yeah, 1d8 plus 3. Wait, what? No, javelin. I'm reading the wrong one. 1d6 plus 3.
Okay.
She does 4
4
damage.
points of damage. Okay.
Yay.
Very good. But now she's taken. Now the ogre has taken damage. Okay. Kimball, back to you.
More shots.
More
Did we miss
shots.
Hank?
Yeah, no Hank.
Oh no.
Wait, yeah.
What the? Where did Hank go?
He was meant to be just now, but then I interjected.
I clicked the next button and I already had it on hand.
Yes.
Skip.
Yes.
That's fine. I'll have us go.
Okay, Hank, go.
No. So is it Hank's turn?
It is Hank's turn.
Excellent. All right, I'm going to move another 10 feet to the side.
All right.
And then throw off a short bow.
All right. Roll the hit.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm going to send off a magic missile at 6th level.
At 6th level.
Yeah. 6th level.
Go for your magic missiles. Damage, please.
I will. Yep. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Bloody.
Wait, no, more than that.
I feel like this is a waste.
So 3.
You get 3 right off the bat and then 1 for every level afterwards.
Yeah, I know. I'm just counting that. 3, so
9?
4, 5, 8.
8.
Yeah.
Okay. 8 D4.
Okay. 4. I think I'm just gonna do it in.
It's way easier.
Yeah, I'm just gonna do that. And that is +8. So 17 plus 8, yeah, 25.
25. Okay, so it takes. He roars, having been struck by this, and is a little bit surprised.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's the end of your turn, or you got more?
That's it.
That's
No, that'll do.
Okay, now Gimbal.
Alrighty. Momo attacks.
Gimblay. Momo attacks.
Momo probably hits.
Yep.
Alright, and that is 1d8 plus 5. Oh! 13.
13
Yeah.
points of damage. All right. Very
Then
good.
I will shoot it.
Very
Shoot it
good.
a bunch. 14 to hit.
14 to hit. All right.
10 damage. And second shot. 22 to hit.
Yep.
12 damage.
You shoot it in the eye.
It's a good run.
It be dead.
Yes.
Hey!
Nice.
Holy shit, we killed these guys before they even got to us.
That's right. Skill.
You know
Up
what's
on the hill.
interesting about that is like comparing this 3 ogres versus your party compared to where you were, 10 months ago when you tried the exact same. And
2 ogres.
2 ogres running around the hill. One of us got caught in a noose
Sucked
trap.
ass.
Tricky Bob got
Yeah.
caught in a noose
Oh,
trap.
yeah.
That's right. I think it was a noose that we created as well, right?
Yes,
It was my
It was a
snare.
sneer, yeah.
fell into your own trap. Yeah, whereas
Yeah.
this time you just annihilated 3 ogres on the way up the hill to fight you.
Yeah.
Were they the same level, or were they?
Yeah, they're the same. And this was a harder challenge rating because there was an extra ogre. So
Mm.
yeah, I mean, you guys.
The upper ground definitely helped, and then allowing us to bide our time, let them come to us.
Right. Right.
Yeah, when we faced them the first time, we were right. We were already up close and personal.
Can you
Hmm.
make perception checks, please?
Perception check.
13.
13.
8.
8. Okay.
Ooh, natural 1.
Less than 20.
Natural. So a flaccid 20. Okay.
Yeah.
And a natural 1. Okay. So Hank, you're obviously very distracted.
Mm.
In fact, so distracted that you can make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. Oh shit! What is that? 15 plus 8 is lots. 24.
24. Okay. You
23. Sorry, 23.
23. All right, you avoid falling into a crevasse that has just opened up next to you from the snow just starts sliding away and the ice breaks and this whee avalanche is triggered by where you're standing and basically, oh my god, would my mouse stop fucking around? Here we go. Freehand.
So Hank would have been distracted because he was looking down at the one magic missile to make sure it didn't break, because it breaks if you use all charges.
Did you use all charges?
No, I didn't. I
All right.
used almost all charges.
Okay.
But I'm just looking at it to make sure it doesn't break. And
Everything where
then,
the blue line is just collapses and goes.
all right.
Collapses down into the gully.
I suppose because I was looking down, I saw it start. And that's why I managed to get out of the way.
You're paying attention to that, but not anything else.
Yeah.
Now, as for the other perception checks, what was our highest? Was a 20.
Yep.
Josiah, you think you can see another figure, large figure, down by the stone, probably 401 feet away.
I take a step.
I step forward. A large figure, like
Yeah,
it's
it's-
similar to what we've just seen.
Yeah, it's looking around the corner of the side of the stone, and then hides.
Oh,
So where did we stand on interrogation?
well,
Mild torture.
no, well, yeah, the interrogation's fine. It's torture. that we're not
Torture
gonna
was the
do.
word.
Yeah.
So I mean, look, there's another one of these things down there, but do we want to do you want to see what the guts is?
Yes. Yes.
I mean, I kind of want to get to the rock and take a little.
I am confident in
Charcoal
our
scraping.
abilities.
Tell you
So
what,
I'd like
let's-
to.
Let's just get another initiative check, just in case.
All right.
Don't deface the rock.
I'm not defacing the rock. He didn't let me finish because he cut in.
Really
No, I
bad.
want to take like a little sketching of the any carvings that are on it, like I did for the first one.
But yeah, we did for the other one.
What was your
We still have
initiative,
that.
Hank? Hank?
Yeah, I
You
still
got
have
again,
it.
Russ.
Hank initiative. Initiative for
Hank.
Hank, please.
Hank.
Tricky Bob, you have to do talking. I don't speak.
Oh, I wonder what
Ogre, giant. These ogres speak giant, don't they?
Yes.
Yeah, I can
Yeah,
talk
yeah.
to
Ogres
ogres,
speak
I'm pretty
giant.
sure. What does
Yeah, I
it speak
thought so.
ogreish?
Orish.
Is
Oh,
ogreish
no,
a
they
language?
no, they speak giant.
Or maybe orc. They might speak orc too.
Can,
It says
some
common
kind
and
of
giant.
horrific
Common.
Jorgish.
Wait, you don't
Oh,
know
was-
what ogres speak.
Well, why
Haven't
don't we,
we,
just, why don't we
ascertained this
shout
already?
at it? Why don't we all just rush it and we all just shout at it in like a cacophony of languages, and we see which one it looks at
Well,
as
we
we're
said-
brandishing weapons as we do it. And then
Well,
let's
that's not-
check to see if it shits its pants. Do ogres wear pants? I look down at the ogres in front of us.
How we
They have like
wearing pants.
raggedy kilts and things.
loincloths.
Loincloths. Yep, that's.
All right, so let's approach at a cautious pace.
Yeah, cautious pace
With weapons
drawn.
drawn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright.
And we'll just shout, we'll just shout you there in different languages, one at a time.
Come out.
Alright.
Yeah. Well, let's go through the roll call. So who starts off?
I can
Common.
start. Okay.
I reckon
common.
we start with common.
All right. So we walk down like 50 feet.
Okay, you walk down 50 feet and
Show yourself in common.
in common. Okay, no reaction.
All right.
Okay.
Another
all
20
right,
feet.
to try it in orc, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll shout the same thing in orc.
Okay, one moment, please.
You've gone again.
One moment, please.
Oh, there you
One
are.
moment, please. One moment, please. I am just making another map quickly.
Must be terrifying for this poor thing.
Mm.
No poor thing yet. These things are gross.
Did we see what
Yeah,
size
next
it
year we'll be
was?
giving it a name.
Large.
Large. It was large.
Yeah.
Okay.
Need to look at what an ogre looks like.
Okay.
Shrek.
Yeah. Yeah, it's basically Shrek.
Well,
I kind of feel bad for them now.
no, it's not like Shrek.
It's not like Shrek, no.
Shrek is
no,
like an orc,
it
if
isn't
anything.
like Shrek.
Is he?
Well, no, he's not even that. He's too cuddly.
He
Those weird little
is.
ears.
Yeah, it's his little ears that really
Yeah.
make him not orcish.
Mm.
Yeah, maybe he's like the gnome version of an orc.
He's PG. He's PG ogre is what he
He's a
is.
PG. Yeah.
A lot of
He's
these look
like,
kind of like Shrek.
An orc had his wicked way with a gnome woman.
Okay, so what creature looks the most like Shrek?
An ogre.
An ogre? Is that the closest we can get?
Well, it depends where you look.
What about? No, that won't do. Let's have a look.
Orc.
Let's see what Midjourney says.
What's mid-journey?
Orc kind of looks.
That's
Oh
it,
right,
that's
that thing,
Shrek as
that thing.
well.
That AI bot.
Yeah.
So are we saying that give me some buzzwords for this ogre?
Not Shrek.
Green.
Last words.
Okay, ogre, D&D, high fantasy, ice,
Ah,
low,
Why?
cliffside.
Quaggoths.
Oh, seriously? What the fuck?
No,
Quaggoths are like
no,
furry
they're like
ogres,
kind of
right?
like dogs, like dog things.
Okay. Let me just fuck around a little bit longer.
Hmm.
Needs to go to the right layers. Okay. All right, let's do this. Come on.
Ooh, T-Rex.
Okay, so you should be on a new map.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yes.
very good. Okay. So where are you? Basically, where I've put you is that.
We were
far?
like, we were getting pretty close at this stage.
We had walked about 70
I'd say
feet
we're
towards it. Yeah.
I'd say we're like 40 feet away from it at this point.
Okay.
So 80, so like, oops. Like, yeah.
All right. Very good. So is everybody together?
Yep. No, we're in a what?
Oh.
No, I just mean like on the map, you guys aren't.
All right. Okay, sorry.
So
I'd be
we?
traveling with you guys.
Yeah. Like in a solid line, walking
Yeah.
outward, so we can cover both sides of the rock, right?
Yeah, I reckon. Yeah.
Hmm.
All right. So okay. Very well. So as you are moving towards there, I'm going to fuck's sake. Layers are a pain in the ass, is what I can tell you.
They should make them more obvious what layer you're on.
Oh, it is
Yeah.
just dreadfully.
Like maybe have like a shadow overlay. So it's like
Right.
purple when it's DM layer, like green when it's player layer, and like, so
Right.
you actually know what layer you're on. It's
Right.
more intuitive.
Okay. So you can see this ogre over here, and he's first of all, I'll get a perception check.
Mm-hmm.
12.
20.
13.
18.
Okay. Right. So with your 12, Tricky, I'm afraid he's stealthing, and is kind of hiding around the side of the rock. So Tricky can't see him right now, but Josiah and Gimbal can. What did you get, Hank?
13.
13. Yeah, no, you can't see him either.
Okay.
Okay. What would you like to do?
Pick him up. Say something in giant. Say something. We're not gonna attack you if you don't attack us.
Who am I talking to?
The
That
ogre.
thing.
You know there's an ogre there.
Something
Ah.
behind there.
So I know he's there. I just don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
They're
say
kind of
that to him
pointing
in
in this
orc.
direction.
Oh, he's a giant. So what are we doing?
Yes.
All right. You slay our friends.
Oh, he speaks giant.
Yes.
You got this.
They
Thumbs
were
up.
they were attacking us. It was just for defense.
Our territory. You not come here.
We just want to talk to you.
What you talk to me? You slay my cousin Org.
And we will not slay you if you come out peacefully and meet with us.
You make demands of us.
I'm not demanding, I'm asking.
At that point, he disappears around behind the rock.
Yeah.
What'd you say? I think that looked like it went really well.
Yeah, he's not very cooperative, but he talks.
So it is all right. So we have seen it. It is an ogre. Okay. Ask it if it's joined forces with the frost orcs.
Have you joined forces with the Frostorcs?
You don't hear anything, actually. You don't hear anything. You can make a perception check.
I think he's ignoring us.
21.
21, okay. You think you hear him moving around the side of the rock away from you.
Okay, I think he's trying to move. He's trying to run away.
Well, look, let's not necessarily go in there and just cold-bloodedly shank him or anything. Why don't we loop around the rock and just drive him away?
Away from the orcs, though.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Towards Raidana.
he's just one ogre. He's not going to cause much trouble.
Suddenly, an ogre comes bursting out from the other side of the rock.
Ah, crap.
The other side?
Yep, over here. And
He's gonna die.
he is facing the wrong direction, but he comes dashing. So he's using his dash, so he can move 80 feet. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75,
Fuck.
80.
Bollocks.
And
Wow.
But he can't attack, right?
attack.
Killing time.
And now it is Gimble's turn.
Yeah. All right. He's technically over 5 feet away, so I'm gonna shoot him with my bow.
Oh yeah, he's an ogre, so he should be this big.
Damn it!
Yeah.
Is he? How far away is he from me now?
He's 5 feet from you.
Oh, good. Okay, super. I'll take a shot. I'll use the poison arrow.
You're at disadvantage at 5 feet.
Oh, damn! I thought he was a little bit over.
Don't need 5 feet for disadvantage.
I'm going to
Yeah.
cast Zephyr Strike
Okay.
on myself, so that I can, as a bonus action, so that I can then not provoke an opportunity attack and run back 35 feet.
Okay.
And then I will shoot him.
All right. So you cast Zephyr Strike. You move back.
I leave Momo in my wake.
All right.
You got this, Momo.
So expend a charge and shoot. And 18 to hit.
That hits.
All right, and that'll be 9 plus 6 damage, 15 damage. And second shot.
Yep.
18 to hit.
Yep.
5.
5 damage. Okay.
Yeah, that's me.
That's you. All right, Josiah.
I like to think that as he was rushing up, I was fumbling with the Picard. So I'm finally got it ready, and I raise it to shoot him, and I realize how close he is, so I take a shot anyway at disadvantage.
Well, it's not disadvantage. You're 10 feet away.
Yeah, so it's with the Picard, it's well within its range.
Oh.
Got 100 to 400.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah,
So disadvantage on anything shorter than 100 feet.
Yep. Yeah. It's
No,
yeah.
that's not how it works.
Not
Isn't
how
it?
Works. No.
No.
You got range
I think
100
it's
to
Up to you
No,
can
no,
shoot
no.
up to 100
yeah.
without any disadvantage. Anything above 100, between 100 and 200 is
Is it?
disadvantage. Yes.
Okay. All right. Then I'll just take a shot.
Yep. It's a standard shot. Yep.
Standard shot. 20.
Okay. Well, you hit.
Fire out.
9 damage. Oh no, that was the wrong one.
Plus 8.
No, that was
Ah.
the wrong one. Oh, 13.
The fuck-
Nice.
Bloody hell. Okay.
Yeah.
So 13 damage. Boof. You hit him in the shoulder, piercing it through his armor. Okay. Very good. Tricky Bob, it's your turn.
Totally did him, I guess. Oh, what about what's her name? Jara.
Oh, no.
Jara.
No, next
Jara.
turn. Next turn.
She's not paying attention.
Yeah.
All right. So you're tolling the dead, is that right?
Yep.
Okay, so he's making a whiz save.
Yep.
He fails.
Yay.
Oof.
And that's a 2d12.
He would have rolled a 3, but he had his modifiers brought that down to a 1.
Ooh. But that doesn't count as net one.
No.
15.
It's a flaccid one.
Yep.
15 points of damage. Okay. Yeah, lots of bits of snow and ice and shit come off him from him being shaken by the dolorous note of the Toll the Dead. Is that the end of your turn?
I've got my Goliath, who is actually, where is she? She's probably within striking range, so she can use her battle axe.
All right. We're going to put her always within 5 feet of you.
Okay. She rolls 16 to hit.
16 to hit. That hits.
Okay, and then 1d8 plus 3.
Oh,
She
excuse me.
does 5 damage.
5 damage. Okay. 5 damage. Excellent. All right. Is that the end of your turn?
Yep.
Okay. Well, approximately at that time, one moment, please. This guy appears from behind the rock.
Ooh. He's a little fella.
He's a baby one.
Well, as he gets closer, you realize he's bigger.
As he gets closer, he gets bigger.
This is far away.
Small, far away.
Oh, he dashed as well.
Dang.
Yeah. Okay, so he arrives there, and that's his turn. Hank, it's your turn.
All right, cool. I'm gonna. Oh, Gimble's back there. Okay.
Yep, sorry, I forgot.
No, that's all right. That's okay. Hank remembers his encounters with the last ogres back in the day. He's not particularly keen to get up close and personal, so he's going to move back, and I will do that here.
So, quick question: do you guys have time to finish this encounter?
No,
No,
probably
I
not.
don't
We've
think
got to
so.
get going in 3 minutes.
Okay, well we'll just.
Oh.
just
Well, why don't we stop it there?
Okay.
So Hank can have the
well,
round.
Hank, finish your turn because the top of the
Okay.
round is another character. So,
Okay. All right. So I'm just gonna loose off a short bow anyway.
all right. So just roll to hit.
So
The
and
one
I'll
that's
do
already
that.
been hit, or one of the others.
The one that's closest to me, actually, the first one that came up.
Okay. Yep. Cool. All right. So, roll.
So we'll go. I'm going to do that in D&D Beyond, actually.
All right.
Yeah.
12 to hit. That actually hits.
Oh. Okay. So that, and then same again. 6.
Right. You shoot him in the eye, and he falls to his knees in front of everyone.
Oh, wow.
Yes. Okay, and we will wrap it up there then.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you guys. Have a great afternoon.
Thanks for the session,
Well,
guys, and thank
Yes.
you for bringing
Thank
it
you.
forward.
Yes.
We're
it'll
away
be
for the
2
next
weeks,
2
though.
weekends. Yeah.
2
So
weekends. Okay,
so we'll see you after that.
Oh, so 2 weekends we're
Hang on,
skipping.
Russ is.
right.
Can't
So
hear
we'll-
Russ again.
3 weeks from now, we'll see you.
Yep.
Yep.
So
Okay.
what? The 4th.
The 4th.
The
Right.
4th. Yep.
I'll pencil you in for the 4th. Don't
Okay,
forget that
the
we
4th.
do have one shots during the period between if you are interested. They vary in story and location and level. So
Cool.
Okay.
if you
Keep them up there because I might join in on one of those.
yeah, cool. All right then.
Neat.
Yep.
All right.
Catch us
Uh,
later.
Good.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
Ciao, ciao.